Hey, welcome to Double Drop Downs, the Hangout with Adam and Ryan, plus
Plus one today.
special guest. What's up, y'all?
Mike Azul from the Twitch chat, who is always in chat, always like giving the best advice on fucking video game stuff, on creator stuff, on board game stuff. He's in the house today. Welcome.
Getting a full eyeful of this studio. It's
Nice.
crazy and a lot larger than they say it is, actually.
It's true.
Oh, you think it's a
true.
little bit bigger, huh?
Yeah, it's
Well,
Good 20 by 20 studio here. We all feel comfortable. Yeah, it's great.
this is actually a momentous moment. I just want to say it because this is the first time we've had 3 people live on stream.
And somebody coming in who's gonna stay the entire time. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Mike's gonna be here the whole time.
You were worried that you might throw the vibe off.
Actually, I got something I got to go to later. So if you
You're
can,
like, ooh,
yeah.
we could move this along.
Let's get this thing. So we got some people in our chat. Let us know who's watching us tonight. And if you're out there and you can't chat, that means you haven't signed up for Twitch. And then you hit that follow button. Oh, we're at 48. We were so close to affiliate. Everyone, affiliate is what we're going for. So.
Cheers to that. Cheers to the self-promotion at the beginning. Love it.
Yeah, I feel like I understand. Hey, I need to get a cheers this way. This is awkward.
This is gonna be this is a good cheers, man.
That works good.
See, so now you can tell we're not faking it, right? This is
It's
no
not
kind of
fake.
green screen.
There's no
something,
AI
trickery.
Yeah. There's no
we
AI
got
trickery.
we got Stealth Mouse in the chat. What's going on, babe?
Nice.
So
No AI trickery, but we are going to talk about fun AI things today because there's cool stuff in the news. There's fun things for us to try, and as a amazing treat for Mike coming down, we have what would you call it? What was sort of your way of bringing this up?
Which one?
Like the board game art that we're
The
going to
shitty
see.
board game artwork.
I love that. I love
yeah,
that.
alternative to what they've already designed through AI. So
Man.
I was surprised to see how many different pieces of AI board games are out there. I was like,
Yeah.
we could be making a killing on freaking Kickstarter.
I know.
I'm almost feeling like you kickstart it and then just to print it at cost. Just to get it out there for us. I was like, maybe we should think about that. We got a new follower. It's August Child. I don't know if we know who that is.
that's Craig Mosier, I believe.
Oh,
He's
Nice.
a fellow Twitch streamer. He does some video game streaming. He's my former boss, actually, from Texas.
welcome
Amazing.
to
Welcome.
Double Drop Down.
Welcome to the hangout.
It's the hangout. Should we talk about that a minute? I keep saying Double Drop Down. The Double Drop Down is our whole kind of channel experience, and we have a lot of different things, but this is our headliner, and we're really excited to be here with you tonight because we got a lot on the show. Ryan, give us a rundown of what we're going to talk about tonight.
Well, it's awesome because so literally, was it this morning? This morning, Dolly 3 gets announced, which was our first foray into all of this image generation from text stuff. Like, yes, Higley in the chat. It was our first foray into it. We just I brought it over to Adam. We did it on stream. We made some cool stuff. Now the next version of it is out, which like brings in ChatGPT things and everything. So we're going to talk about that. Check out their announcement trailer. A couple little pieces of new, like one thing that I wanted to show off was yesterday. MLB.com showed off their first virtual ballpark, and I watch a lot of MLB, and
Oh.
so
That's baseball, right?
this is baseball. This is baseball. We're in playoff time now. I feel like this is the time to show it off. They've been doing this and doing little tests, and this was their first big open thing. And so I recorded myself walking basically through their virtual stadium and watching a piece of a game.
But you recorded yourself?
I
doing this?
I just OBS'd it, and then I'm not in the corner or anything, but we could just scrub through it because it's like 10 minutes.
So I think Mike, you need to tell us about the board game itself. So the next on our list is what? Transforming Mars. Give us a little bit of a insight as to what this is about. We're not getting into it yet. Just this is on the agenda.
So there's some board game drama out there with artwork, and it segues really well into Adam and Ryan's show that they've been doing recently. The segments around board game generation through AI and a lot of the artwork they've been doing via the different tools that AI provides. And there's a scandal in the news about a specific Kickstarter game that we'll talk about a little bit later.
Nice.
That sounds like a little bit of the Jason Allen kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
you got artwork that gets a little bit like questionable, and now we got board games there,
Yep.
and I feel like we're in the space. And by the way, getting a board game person like Mike on the show, I feel like we got a gem in this tonight because
true.
you got a bag of tricks below you that you're going to show us some cool stuff, I think. I'm hoping.
love
I have
that.
a bag of shitty and some pretty good board game artwork as well thrown in there too.
Good.
Hopefully, it's all subjective. Right?
Sure, right.
Yeah.
That's true. But I'm glad it's not just all crap. I'm glad it's all. I'm glad we get to see some fun stuff.
Hand
too.
curated from me, and actually my wife lent a hand in this
Oh,
curation.
see,
so, yeah.
sweet. How many board games would you say you own?
I don't know, like probably almost 500.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like walls of that. It's amazing. I sat in the board game space.
Oh, that's right. We saw pictures.
And
Yeah.
it was the test. It was the first run through
That's
of,
right.
of the
our
board
game.
game.
The better question is how many of them have actually played, and it's significantly lower.
I've heard that a lot from people who collect board games. Back Kickstarter things, get it a year later, and then be like, I need people over to my house to play this.
Yeah. There's the lowest common denominator of those people that you have to have. around.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I see there's another thing. We got stable audio, which I suspect is stable to Fusion's audio thing. It's just like stable everything.
Yeah.
is where we're headed
it's
with
them.
it.
It's them trying to put something out real quick. They need a hit. Like that's what I had read in the article. Is like they spent a bunch of money. They have they have all these investors and they're trying to do something quick. I was thinking, we haven't talked about the next project that maybe we're going to do, kind of honing in on that. But like, if that was video game or that was any sort of interactive something, we're going to need music to go with it. And how much fun would it be if we were able to AI create all of that music that would go with it? And so I have some prompts and things like that we could do with stable audio.
Heck yeah. And then if we hands on with Hey Jen, I mean, it's like AI all over this. Like this became the AI show for the last year or so. It's been fine.
Here's the thing. And I've said this before, my social media feed, every single bit of my news feed just assumes that I am like obsessed with AI, kind of, but,
Yeah.
but so I get every single thing of new things comes out and new, like, oh, there's this new app and try and get into the beta. And then I stupidly do. And so, yes. So we have Hey Jen, which is sort of, text to video or image to video, but based more on they want to do lip sync and create videos like almost like talk videos from images. So I uploaded some images of Adam.
Oh God. Oh God. You just trained me?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so what we need to do now is when we get to it, we want to train it on his voice, so that when it creates the video of whatever we want
All
Adam
right.
to say in a script, it'll sound just
I
like
don't know
Adam.
if
would have his-
I want you
No,
to dox me on
that's
this.
why.
or-
That's why I did it, because I was like, I don't want to do that.
Of
So
course
I'll just
you
like,
don't.
I'll just make. I'll
do
just
we have
Adam
to
do it.
log into it? I see it right over here. It says login, right? Or try it for free.
Adam's officially in the data mesh of the
Yeah.
internet. Every single
It might
piece
be
of information about him is in there.
this. This.
Nobody can see this right now. Can I log in through Google?
Yes, that's what I did it through. Was through double drop down.
All right. Fair enough.
There we go.
Oops. Invalid state.
Hey, it's all. It's all.
It looks
beta.
like we're good. All right, we're gonna get into this right now. So where we want to start? Let's talk about Dolly 3. It
Yeah.
came out today, right?
Yes. So
Do we have a cool Dolly 3 like trailer?
let's
or
just watch.
something?
Let's just watch the fun little video.
Where do we
I
have
thought it
that?
was super cute.
Where is it?
It's Dolly 3.
Oh, you already have it up. All
I
right.
already got it queued up, Adam.
All right, we're getting into this Dolly 3 trailer. So let's bring us up. Let's get us a little bit smaller today. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I was actually trying to hit this play button right on the actual screen.
Totally.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
biggest one, so. Super duper sunflower hedgehog. Now, will they look like that? I don't know.
You can see that.
Will it be that fast too?
Yeah, totally. Larry, okay, can they actually write Larry on that actual mailbox? Because I bet not. It's going to be like little and a couple of straight lines.
Some K's in there.
Yeah. Stickers, that's fun. It's all fun.
Man, designers are so pissed off right now. Like, you're one of them.
Well, so yeah, there we go, children, right? Because that
Yeah, there goes Children's Book. I think that happened a while back. ChatGPT.
It makes me want to try it with my daughter though. Like that's
It's
pretty compelling. You know.
totally.
Yeah.
What I always say, all of this is going towards custom everything, right? And so custom bedtime stories or custom things where you just talk to the computer and it sort of comes up with images and comes up with little animations and comes up with the story and everything. I mean, we're there with that. It just needs to be built into products that I use or can talk to and do within my real life, right?
Like the Alexa Kids product where
Totally. Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm just
exactly
trying. Yeah,
what's
it's
coming.
like it's just so much crazy potential because, like, you know how you have these classic children books that you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Disturbed. We got 3 people tonight. We got a special
Dang.
guest in studio. Oh, this is Mike Azul, by the way.
Mike Azul for the
Mike
chat.
Azul.
You should tell them why I'm here. It's because I'm
You
here
know
for
what?
work.
Actually, we should talk about that because I was
Sure.
like, we're repping shirts and stuff like this. So
Totally.
very family stream tonight.
Yeah.
FYI.
Okay.
Because what we're doing is he's down from what? How many hours away? 3 or 4 hours away. So
It
we
was
don't
only
usually,
2.5 hours, but it was a pretty good, time of day. Yeah.
So we don't
That's
usually
true.
get to see him, and it just happens to be that it lined up with the show. So
I
we
love
said,
that.
Get him on the show.
Serendipitous.
So what we're doing is we're just going through our typical show and bringing him along, and he brought his bag of tricks, which I am excited to see what this
Yeah.
looks like.
Just got show and tell.
All right, so is Dolly 3 out? Can we play
Well,
with it? Is
so-
it
no,
a thing?
It's not. So one of the things. So here's what I read, and might chime in if you heard anything too. But basically, what I heard is like what it says, combining both of those so that their whole line is like you're not doing prompts anymore. You're just you're just talking to it in the same way. And I would say, I mean, I feel like a lot of those has moved away from that sort of really rigorous prompt, creation that we
talked
did
about that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like, you don't need as much of that. So in some ways that doesn't seem as exciting. I mean, if it comes up with those images of fun, hedgehog sunflowers, then I'm like, that's cool. It looks sort of like the other image generators at this point, right?
How generic is this going to start getting, though? Like, because... Larry the Hedgehog. Now everyone's getting Larry the Hedgehog, and it's like, where's the rails on that conversation of being able to get like exactly and putting text in there?
Yeah.
I really want to see that start to happen.
Yeah, because that typically does not work ever at all.
So I think the key is that it's now going to be integrated with ChatGPT, and they're going to use ChatGPT to kind of help with the prompt generation.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of what y'all did a few weeks ago or a couple months ago now, with taking ChatGPT prompts and then putting them into with the other
Right, Midjourney.
Midjourney, right? And
Yeah.
you're using that to kind of inform.
Totally. They're all just talking to each other now.
Yeah.
I was
AI is all the way down, right?
seriously,
Yeah.
it is like
I feel like we're talking
Yeah.
about AI. Let's do something like that right now. Let's make our own version of it, right?
perfect. It would do it on the stream.
All right, I'm gonna get into ChatGPT right now.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a prompt, and then
Great.
we're gonna see. So, since we got a special guest on the show,
Oh no.
help us think of, I know we're about to get into some talk about MLB games and things like that, but this will just be a fun thing because I always love to do a prompt. That's
Sure.
like fun as heck.
Totally.
Oh god, I gotta hide my prompts. We don't want everyone to see what I've
Oh
been.
god, the beauty, the hide prompts
It is
great.
so good to be able to hide those prompts.
Yeah,
I
totally.
swear. So okay, let's do this. What should we?
What do we
prompt?
need? What do we
So
need for the-
we need a prompt for Midjourney. They're gonna be like, we don't do prompts for Midjourney. We only do it for Dolly 3.
Do you mean Dolly? Here's a funny story. While you're typing in
Vendor
something.
lock-in.
Yeah, it just changes it real quick
Yeah.
automatically.
Did you mean?
Yeah. So let's say create a prompt. What are we gonna do? Create a prompt, and maybe you could lead into some of the next work we're gonna do. Oh my god, I can't talk or type.
Wait, what's it disturbed right in the chat?
He was talking smack about
Talking
baseball.
smack about baseball? No.
Oh no.
Baseball is my favorite sport. Feel like a good baseball is a great sport to watch while you're doing something else.
Well, we're doing a baseball theme then. Create a prompt for an image generation of a avid baseball fan
Okay.
beating down. No, wait.
They won't. They're not gonna let you
You won't
put
use
in
beating
stuff
down?
like that.
I like how my AI is all up on my AI. It's like my see.
It's AI all the way down.
in
Yeah,
Avid.
exactly.
All this is gonna be just
Grammarly
clicks.
is talking to ChatGPT,
And we're-
and,
It's very incestuous right now.
and you're just lazily spurting out words to
Create
say,
a
and it's
pro-
figuring it out for you.
I'm an avid baseball fan. What are they doing? Interestingly,
Storming the field.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because this will be good because this MLB baseball thing is a weird field.
okay,
thing.
I'm just gonna put that. Create a prompt for an image generation of a dressed in vibrant team colors. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
This is seeming all right. Now we're gonna take it into.
Enthusiastic baseball fan dressed in vibrant team colors and gear, passionately storming the baseball field. Like, love it.
So what I'm hearing here is that DALL-E 3 is just doing some copy and pasting for you.
That's pretty much what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like, and just sort of going back and forth, right? So if you ask something about imagery, it sort of takes that in. Now it's interesting that it could be all in one long feed, so it remember about. I think that's kind of what it's explaining when it's doing the story, right? Is it's going back and forth between images and text and being like, "Hey, see, I remember what's happening." I've always been thinking, how come we haven't gotten more of that AI where they just say, "Hey, it's constantly remembering everything about anything that you've ever written across all of your
I think it
prompts
is.
or stuff," right? All right,
I think AI has a memory issue though. That's the.
is that the thing? Is
Yeah.
it like a technical limitation?
I mean, just the way the kind of the models work. I'm not an expert in this field, but
Sure.
there are a lot of articles about how it has a memory issue in certain ways.
I
Holy
believe
crap! Look at that bottom right.
Wow.
that's a good one.
That looks like super realistic. I would almost think that was just a
Like a
thing.
good, like,
Even
stylized.
His hand is like, but he doesn't
Do
seem like
variations of that one.
It's like he's in the midst of storming the field. Like he's not quite on the field yet.
He's like,
Right.
I'm
This
about
is
to
like
go,
the
boy.
moment. This is the moment.
He's prepping. He's raring to go.
His team just won, and now he's headed down.
So I'm
right?
varying or upscaling.
very for.
All right, so let's see what we can get.
You're
Yeah.
upscaled for.
Well,
I need V's,
whoops.
not U's.
All right, let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the teeth a little bit. What team would he be? What's red? Is it like a
What are
Cardinals?
yeah, I was gonna say Cardinals, or what's the Washington team?
Oh, jeez.
No, I can't remember. Guardians, I think, are red.
Did I even version this one? No, I didn't. There we go. This will be submit. Oh, so this is what I like about the versioning, because
Yeah.
when you reversion it, you can now
you could
like
add
tweak
something.
it.
Yeah, you could be like, but making sure he's in blue.
Yeah. It's the other thing right here is dressed in vibrant teams, passionately storming the baseball. He's not passionately
He's not
storming.
storming.
He's very
just cheering.
excited.
Maybe angrily. Like
Yeah.
he's mad about it.
Right?
He's
Yeah,
not so happy.
we need passion, but he's pissed.
I guess the default, at a stadium is either anger or happiness.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
This guy's really now he's more excited. It's like
And
more
I don't-
excitement.
I think usually it's less anger and more just like disappointment. Like I don't know how many times if my team is losing that I'm like screaming at them. Maybe I guess people are, but
You got the Nationals.
go.
is what-
the Nationals. Yeah.
I think this is the best. He's really excited.
His shirt is very weird. Oh, I guess it's like an open jersey.
Yeah, it's like a jersey
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, it's
I
an
mean,
open
this is
jersey.
impressive. It's always
are
fun to
great.
do that.
Those are great.
Looks like he's gonna get a ball. All right, so
You want to see some not so hot models of MLB people storming the field?
is this the MLB part?
Yeah, do you wanna
All
try it?
Yeah, let's go
Well,
for
I
it.
think we should mention with the DALL-E part though
Yeah.
that they are. You can submit your own artwork that you've designed, and they
that's
will
right.
exclude it from their
Yes.
database or whatever to prevent you, from having some kind of copyright infringement or something like that.
Oh, so that's the new thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, put us back up together because this is I do want to spend a couple of minutes. Thank you for bringing that up because that was something. So this was like the very bottom of the article or something like that of this new DALL-E, and basically like you were saying, Mike, is you're allowed to submit something and say don't make anything forward that looks like this, or don't use this in your training of the model, right?
I did find it funny that the way you would tell it that it's your artwork is that you would submit a form.
Right.
It's like, okay, really? Like that's how you're gonna
You're like-
determine?
Well, and then it was like, and then it said it was going to. We should read the tag. Like, Mike sent us it in a text, but it was like we will endeavor not to make artwork that looks in that style or something. And I was like,
Yeah.
And even of those who have deceased.
well, yeah, exactly. So
Here
the
it
only
is. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
OpenAI, possibly to avoid lawsuits, will allow artists to opt their art out of future versions of text-to-image AI models. Creators can submit an image that they own the rights to and request its removal in a form on its website. So you're submitting the image itself.
Yep.
A future version of DALL-E can then block results that look similar to the artist's image. What happens when you
block similar results to that style even of image?
Because they got
so
sued.
if I upload something and it's a particular style, right? Super vector, Illustrator file.
Right.
They're not going to be able to like render other images that are in that style. Because
How do you do that?
Like how wouldn't you know other vector images?
Are
style?
you like you're still training the model, but you're like training it into a factor where you're excluding a certain subset of like styles.
It's going to be messed up.
Because everyone's gonna upload every style that could ever be done
Right.
to their thing, and then what can they produce?
The trolls
at that
are going to
point?
do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to troll
they-
the hell out of
Or they
this.
would just like anyone.
There's got to be like some kind of verification process, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But like how? I mean, as long as I did one sort of graffiti style one,
Yeah.
no one else needs to do any sort of other graffiti style art for it not to be able to create graffiti style art. I guess.
They're gonna like take that, and then after like a year, they're like, we just trained our sweet new model. We get like
It
very
takes a lot of trust to have artists upload their images to an AI model.
just I know, like you're like, hey, we don't want you to use that, but hey, give us your thing. We know you
Right.
don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And
I
we're
don't know how else
we're
they
gonna
would do
reverse train this image to make it. It sounds like a bunch of BS. I don't know about this. It sounds a little ridiculous.
I feel like we're gonna get into a whole. I mean that was in the news too. Like a whole bunch of people just sued OpenAI for that. George R. Martin and other authors and things like that.
Well,
did it.
tell us about this MLB thing. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really
Okay.
interested in what this. Give us a lead into this.
So if you subscribe to MLB.com or whatever, you can watch baseball games. And so my dad does it because he's a huge Seattle Mariners fan, and so am I. And so what you can do is you can watch the games normally, right?
Yeah.
Or you can watch like sort of a text version of the games where it shows who's up and stuff and what hit was and what every pitch was through it. Or they started at the very beginning of the season that now you can watch a 3D version of it. And what that is like you're looking at the field in a 3D, and they must have some kind of like LiDAR or something in every stadium because it can track all of the players. And so the guy on the field throwing that pitch is throwing it the way that guy pitches, right? In real time. And so I had watched it a few times. It was kind of interesting.
So is this it?
So what this is this was their actually taking it out of beta or whatever and putting it into this is what they think a real life thing is and what it ends. And so that premiered yesterday at this Tampa Bay game, Tampa Bay and the Angels, I think.
All right.
And so you can play through some of this. I would just mute it probably.
All right, we'll
because so one thing, you're going to look at it and it's going to be very sort of Second Life-y.
Some London dollars thrown in there.
Yeah, like so here I am.
You're the girl.
I'm the
trying to
no,
be.
I'm there. Yeah, I'm like the sort of frizzy-haired girl in this, and
Just like in real life.
you're just hanging out. You're just hanging out with people. It's proximity chat, so which you cannot turn off. You can mute yourself, but you can't mute everyone else.
That sounds terrible.
There's a big announcer guy that's sort of not really a baseball announcer, but more like a probably like hype
This
man.
is on the computer then?
Yes.
Okay.
And they said you should not use it on your phone. And so anyway, so you're going in and there's like cards to collect. Like you see like I got a card. There's like trivia places around the thing. But anyway, I'm just like sprinting through all of these because I must have clicked somewhere on the field.
Oh,
So
no.
anyway, so look how close, so you can get close to the
You
field.
can't normally run on the field.
No, normally not. Normally you're not on the.
Wait,
you
are
know-
all those people? Oh, wait, there's Scott. He's hanging out, but all
Yeah.
those other people. It would be hilarious if you had to be like, oh, I didn't pay enough to sit here, so I have to sit like way up. At the,
I'm in the nosebleeds.
in the nosebleeds
like-
in your VR or your.
I'm just imagining virtual security guy just like coming and tackling everybody.
right, just ejecting me from the server. So it's kind of neat because those are not all the people in the stands are real people.
Yeah,
That's a
figured.
filler, right? But then they don't show you every name above. Like it's just kind of when you get sort of close to people
Yeah, I'm seeing
or
it.
people who are talking, I think it bumps up. And then you can just look at these
So
different.
what am I watching right now? This is actually
This is the
happening.
live. So the screen above is what's actually happening live in the game. And see, it's about 10 seconds afterwards.
But
it's-
because it has to like
think about it
take
or something,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
they have all the stuff to figure out if it's a strike and all these other pieces.
And I was thinking like what they should do is they should just delay the video 10 seconds, right? Because you hear what's happening on the TV and then you look down onto the actual, of the gameplay that's happening in this little 3D world and it's like 10 seconds off.
Is there audio with this as well?
So it's the audio from the radio or the broadcast.
we are gonna get completely DM.
Well, and so not only that, but then people are talking and saying stuff. I heard one N-word. That was basically the only like bad stuff that I heard. But people were mostly being good. Lots of kids. It felt like,
So we have it in the chat. They're talking about the video delay being a good idea, and I don't know if you were saying it's a good idea to have a video delay.
No,
or
I
not.
would think you would want it to be like
think-
perfectly matched up.
Think about it like this: like, what if you want to watch the live play and you're like, "Oh, that was sweet," and then you go and look and watch it in the VR. So you're like they don't want people to not see the actual sweet game.
Well, I think they're trying to be like, this is where you would go and hang out with people because as cheesy as all of the little like sort of janky video game characters are and stuff that's going on here, there was something to being with a bunch of people who, when somebody got a hit, everyone went like, yeah, oh man, great, that was a good hit, and you're like, all right, like, it's like I'm hanging out at a baseball game. Like I could see that. Like if this was had more fidelity and I could flip in between the different cameras, like I feel like I would choose that over just watching like a straight
Because
up.
you could go into those like cool angles and see where the ball hit, and then be able to just like, I'm gonna go over here.
And maybe
check
there would be
this.
like a curated like picture in picture where somebody was doing that, like that I didn't have to figure it out, right? But there is something I would say to hanging out with a bunch of people and who like baseball and we're in there and we're looking at a thing and we're all watching it together at the exact same time and people are chatting and it's not like too dirtbaggy at this point. It's always nice.
Disturb brought something up in the chat quite a while ago about Toy Story. Like playing in this Toy Story world, and it brought a thought to my mind, like how can they monetize this even further is skins.
Right.
Like skinning the
100%.
whole stadium, everybody.
That's what I was going to. I was like,
Nice.
you have Monster Ball or
Barney's doing a home run, like
That would be great. Oh, and like August Child in the chat is like the sports betting too with
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Like, hey, you're already in it. You're getting
Right.
excited about it. Like, so here's like this pitcher's mound cam. Like you could see, I mean, it's really what he's doing, right? He like if he scratches his butt or if he falls over, like the little player
he looks
character
pretty
does
like
that.
rigid. Dude, look at him trying to hit. Where's the bat? Does
Yeah.
he even have a bat in his
No, so that's what happens. The bat does not show up until the very last second. And I don't know if that's some conceit.
it's so fast, like they're not sure how it's gonna move. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're analyzing it with video.
Yeah, and so I don't
That's-
think the bat even shows up as part of the thing that it's tracking. I think they just sort of get when he pauses here, they just go put a bat there.
Yeah, he's in bat position.
Yeah, exactly. He's in bat position. Throw a bat in there. It's not the real
Just
one.
think.
but-
Okay, let's take a second to just think about what it's taking technologically to make this happen.
It's a bunch of lidar.
Well,
right?
of course it's like that, but like.
They have some of it already with the broadcast because they always show this kind of like virtualized statistics, right? Like of the batting box or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
What do you call it, Brian?
Yeah, like the strike zone.
The strike zone.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But do you think that anybody has to like wear something or like have some sort of like?
I bet it's just a million cameras
Oh
pointed.
my god,
right? Like-
that would be a technological nightmare. I don't even want to be on the tech support.
and
for
every
this.
stadium has to have it, right?
It's kind
or
of
it doesn't work.
It's kind of similar to like a football field where they have like the line that moves, the line of scrimmage
Yeah.
moves based off of,
Right.
And they can do it with those sky cams that are moving.
Yeah.
You know, because they know the tolerances of where things are in relation to it.
And baseball's probably even easier than
Right.
that because like everyone is sort of at their position. You know where basically everyone's going to be. No one like they're not moving around. They're not marching all the way down the field one way and then all the
And
way
did
back
you
down the
just
field the
zoomed
other way.
into the?
Yeah, because I was like, you could just because it was like, what camera do you want to go to? And it just had, you know, home or main big screen.
So did you have to pay for this?
Well, it just
it's
comes
part
with,
of the thing.
It comes with the MLB.com. Like if you're watching that. Yeah.
So-
Anyway, it was interesting.
It's super interesting because it's like, is it AI? Is it what is this? It's like a whole.
It's just sort of a different way of portraying real time. Like we can finally get real time camera stuff mapped to 3D characters.
I bet they're gonna make you like pay a little bit more to get on the field and just like walk around,
I
like sneaking past the back.
I know.
Streaking. Like I gotta pay that $2
Yeah.
extra so I can go streaking through it.
You get like a badge, you know, like, applied to your account or whatever.
Oh, I got so many achievements as I was running through that stuff.
They were
Like
trying to
I
get
was
you in.
totally. They were like, took your first step. Like here's your thing. They were just ready to play slot machine noises at me for sure.
No, that was actually, I'm really interested in that
Yeah.
because now I want to think about it because like maybe there is some AI involved in that's trying to figure out things, and I wonder if you're gonna get to like project where things are gonna be, and that's where you start your betting. You're like, oh god,
right.
this guy is really good at hitting in this field, and then you have like little circles you drop down, and like I bet he's gonna be within X amount of feet of this little drop.
Or even like imagine cameras flying around and doing things like that within the game. I feel like just would make could make sports even more interesting to watch too.
So
Yeah.
you mentioned the cards that you can pick up.
Yeah.
Are those like NFT packs or something?
Oh right.
Oh,
No, they
geez.
would. It was nothing like that. It was more like
'Cause they've done that for for basketball. where
have
you-
the. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I saw the NFT basketball one. No, this was more like.
it's kind of faded away.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like people they learned their lesson
Yeah.
with backlash on NFTs. But there was like the cards were like, oh, if you collect 10 of them, you get more points, and then you open up like a special area that has extra hard questions about baseball or something. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to run around the stadium.
I'm feeling like I'm getting older now because as I start to see that, I'm like, man, there is so much to do. Like, because
Yeah.
now going to a baseball game is going to be about, okay, did you get that special card at the game? And then did you do this thing? And then you have to go and watch this. And like, you're going to gamify going to games. And
It's true. Well, you got to gamify everything, man. I have too short of attention span for any of that old school, just straight up sport.
yeah, no, I like it. I think it's like interesting to see where it's coming from. It does. I'm thinking
They were
of-
trying something. I feel like they were trying something new, and I wanted to give them
But I
something
feel
for
like
that.
they're trying it for like to get money out of it. But who knows?
I
And
guess-
then putting VR. Think about the VR
yeah.
side of that. That was reminding me of
a ton of
VR
people in
experience.
the and ton of people in the chat of the MLB.com whatever. Like a bunch of those people were talking about like, can I play this in VR? Like, could this be just a thing? Can I sit in my seat in VR and just watch the game?
How terrible
from my
would it be
seat
that you had
and
to
just
sit
look
like
around?
far up, and then I just keep.
Or like, what if you just switched? You're like, now I want to be on the first base side. Yeah, just sitting here checking it out. Okay, now
You're gonna have to.
like,
You're gonna have to pay. I guarantee you're gonna have to do that.
Yeah, because I want my crazy I want my crazy hat.
I'm feeling like Mike has a
wanna
bag
see-
of
yeah,
tricks
yeah, I
here,
definitely
and I
wanna
wanna
see that.
see what we got
Well,
in here.
Do we want to bring up the article?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like because I want to see because you probably don't they just announced it or just showed it, so you won't have like the controversial images, right?
No, I will not.
You'll
for sure.
have the original.
I'll have some other controversial images.
Okay,
I think you'll
cool.
find controversial.
So should we
Nice.
go just to the Polygon article? Is
Yeah.
that what we're talking about here?
Yeah,
All right. So what do we got going on here? As his Kickstarter, 1.3 million.
yeah.
It's even higher than that now.
Oh my
Wow.
lord. Who is this guy?
I'm not sure who he is that they're talking about, but it's maybe the designer or maybe the publisher that they're referring to.
All right. So
Because this is such a big game that I mean they have whole studios and things like that behind it, right?
Yeah, so this is a game called Terraforming Mars. You can find it at Target and like Barnes and Noble,
Right.
all over the internet as well. There's several expansions, and this is the latest Kickstarter for some more content for this game.
So it's one game, and then you're just getting these like add-on.
Yeah, and
parts.
a lot of Kickstarters like this actually you can purchase the game itself, like the base game.
Okay.
But this Kickstarter doesn't even include that. So this is like for the real tryhards that really want to play this game.
Right.
Right.
You already have had to bought in and purchase the game to begin with to
Right.
even get
So
on this.
give me, just because I act like I am dumb, but how does this game work? Like, what's the objective? What makes it so? Why is it 1.3 million? Why are people so excited about it?
And just remember, this is 1.3 million as of the article for a couple of expansions. So it's
Right.
made
Oh,
well more, like way more money than that. Over
Yeah.
the
I just
period of
don't.
years.
I don't understand how it's that much. But yeah, well, tell me more about this. I'm
It's
excited.
a tableau building game. So you have there's a bunch of cards that will kind of control like what you can do, what kind of powers or whatnot you have.
Okay.
In terms of you're trying to terraform Mars, which
Sure.
is the title of the game,
Interesting.
right? And you're trying to do the best you're trying to be the best terraformer essentially.
Yeah.
So it is a competitive game, which is kind of weird. Like I guess you're considered different corporations trying to like get your slice of Mars, right?
Okay.
So that's kind of the premise of the game. And there's lots of card artwork. So that's kind of where this article kind of comes into
Okay.
play.
I see.
And so the article's talking about basically if they're using a lot of AI, and it's controversial because
But it's because in the board game industry, in my opinion, designers and publishers and artists kind of have a close-knit relationship for the most part.
yeah, it makes sense.
And so it's kind of affects their bottom line more directly.
Yeah.
So like when you have a publisher using AI, it's kind of like a slap in the face of some of those artists, at least in their eyes, and a lot of the board game Kickstarter backers are very into the board game space, right? So they know all this, right?
Yeah.
And so they're getting very upset about this kind of thing. So
And they wouldn't have. Obviously, when you backed it, you didn't think that was going to be the case, right? You think you
Right.
were backing something that had bespoke, illustration.
and the other thing is like they've made 1.3 million as of the article. Right?
Yeah.
You can't pay to afford some artists.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. This isn't like some tiny little Kickstarter board game.
Right. But so the controversy is they're using AI to generate some of these images where they haven't done that in the past.
Yeah.
and that just started.
Right.
And
As
so it's like they're maximizing on Kickstarter and now like screwing over the artists by just using AI.
that we know of, because Kickstarter back, I think it was August 1st, they announced a new policy that you'd have to identify that you've used AI assets in
That's right.
any new project, and
Yep.
it started. I think they started enforcing it on September 1st or something like that. So who
Oh.
knows in the past
Sure.
what
right.
AI has been used in these large Kickstarter campaigns?
And so what it just to kind of go down that rabbit hole, what does that mean though? So if somebody, like, let's say we took our board game and wanted to put it on Kickstarter,
We would just have to say it's AI generated artwork.
There's like a disclaimer at the bottom, kind of like
Yeah.
where you put like your risks and whatever.
Okay.
You know,
got it.
there's like a whole disclaimer about how you're using it. And it's kind of interesting that they are going that far. I guess to protect the consumer in some way. Not sure how.
Or the artist, right?
In the artist, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Do you have this game?
Yes, I do have it.
He has the game.
Down
yeah.
I have it on the show.
Wait, you show do we want to see the AI generated artwork? Did it have any of it? in
I
there?
I didn't see it. There was just, I think,
There was only that one?
yeah, there was nothing else
On the
there.
Kickstarter, it'll probably show some of the AI generated art.
Does,
okay.
does
Yeah.
it link to the Kickstarter? Let's see here. I know it's not showing on the stream yet, but we're gonna go here. Here's the campaign.
The funny thing is that one of the things I think Ryan noticed in the article is it was talking about like the current iteration of the game before AI uses a lot of stock photography. So that's kind of how they get around
Right.
using actual artists or art, to.
Oh, it's 2 million now.
It's already you get Polygon
Is
articles.
it 12 hours? Yeah.
Yeah, 12 hours to go. That's it. It's done. It's like going up as we sit. People are just like pushing money towards this thing.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people have been steered away from it because of this,
Right.
the scandal. The scandal.
Yeah.
So-
I bet tons of people canceled theirs or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Like, but
The goal was 10,000.
yeah. the goal
Are
is
you for real
10,000.
right now? Look at this. It just keeps going up. Like, it's crazy.
So is this is
Otama.
is any of these AI generated? Can you wait? Go down a little bit.
I bet like a majority of the art that you see on this page is AI generated at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, now as you see, like it almost looks like a painting. You're like, yeah, okay, they did that.
And it's so hard to tell.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And the more that people integrate into Photoshop and everything that artists already use that use generative AI fill and things like that.
Thanks
right?
for hanging out with us, Disturb.
Yeah. Like if in one picture of one thing that I do, I selected a part and had it just fill out an image that I already created so that it would be 30% wider. Do now I have to put that it is AI? I used AI generated art in my board game.
I think
tough.
so. Like,
Yeah.
where's the line that you draw with those type of things?
It's either going to be all or nothing,
Yeah.
right? So,
Are we gonna remake some of these cards? Is that the goal for tonight? Or what are we doing
I think
here?
maybe later I could show you some other examples of
All right, let's do that.
bad and good
yeah.
board game artwork.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to your bench cam over here, and so
It kind of begs the question of is AI art in any kind of media bad when there's already really bad examples of
right,
art in that
normal
media.
art.
Yeah.
so you're saying that? Oh man, we're calling out artists on this one. Is that what's going on?
I will call out some good artists. I won't call out the bad ones.
Okay, fair enough.
One
so
second.
I'm fine. It's like, hey, man, when you put your stuff out into the world, it's gonna get reviewed, right?
that's fair enough. This is the.
I went to
formal
art school. I went to
review.
art school, man. You gotta pin your shit up on the wall and take your beating.
This is the critique. Oh yeah, because that's how you get better.
Totally. If everyone just said, hey, it's your stuff's great, that doesn't help.
All right, he's got his bag of tricks. I'm so excited about this.
Great.
What are we gonna see today? So this is good art or bad art that we're about to see?
I'm kind of gonna mix it between the two.
Okay, good.
So I'm gonna
Alright,
raise
alright,
this mic up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, this is from a game called Arc Nova.
Ooh.
This is one of the top-rated games right now on Board Game Geek. That's where you'd see anything rated about board games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like what people rely on. And this is the cover. And you're like, oh, this is pretty good artwork.
Yeah.
But it's also stock photography.
Totally. I like that hand
Right?
with the made up of nodes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I won't tell you which one of these I consider bad or good. So I'll let you. You're
Okay.
you're the expert in art. So that's the cover.
Love that.
Okay. Here's one of the cards. Let me see if I can give you a little bit.
There's a guy on his iPad.
Guy on his iPad. Do you notice that little effect they have going on there with that card? It's like a
No.
Photoshop effect.
Yeah, it's like a weird blurry, or not blur, but like artistic. It's like a filter.
It's just a filter.
Yeah, it's just
on
like
top of it.
a photo with a filter on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
Okay.
what a lot of these cards are like.
We played, Kathy and I played that game that was like the choose your own adventure
Uh-huh.
style game. Oh, wait. Yeah. Anyway, we played on street. It was just like that. They just took a whole bunch of fixtures and put filters
They're
on
like,
them.
make it look kind of cartoony. I like the guy with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
computer. Let me see this guy at the computer here.
I love this one. It's called Talented Communicator. It's a guy in a Zoom session, and it's got that same like blur effect on it.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It's I don't what's the
It's like
thing?
stock
cut out.
art.
It's cut out. Well, I'm trying to think of what filter that is in Photoshop.
And we
Yeah.
got veterinarian.
Posterized.
Oh, God.
It's like some random guy holding a snake.
Random snake dude. And this is the most popular one right now?
This is one of the most popular games in the world
Oh,
right now.
man.
Really?
Expert on Europe. Some guy with like some weird mustache.
That almost looks like a freaking AI. Like he has
Yeah.
a dead squirrel on his face.
Here's another one of a flamingo. It's got that weird blurring effect around it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the games. Feel free to talk. I'm gonna
Yeah.
find another one.
Well, I wonder.
I want to I want to make one of those cards like right now. That
I
would be
bet.
like-
I bet there's gonna be a thing where people say, if you we collect board games or art of any kind pre 2020, right?
Yeah.
Or pre 2020, because you would know then that it wasn't AI generated at that point.
All right. Here's another one from a game called Wingspan.
It has
Oh,
a
nice.
similar kind of like card look.
These are all hand drawn.
Nice.
It looks.
So it's-
I like the it feels like one of those like nature atlases or something, right?
What's
That
in the-
shows-
Yeah. What? Sorry, I cut you off.
No. That just it has like a very technical
yeah,
drawings.
like they belong in a book or like a like one of those
Like a
bird
science
books that you're like looking up.
Totally.
Yeah, birds.
That I would beg my mom to buy at the children's museum or whatever.
Let me see the back one of those cards really quick. I'm just
Oh, sure.
curious because those are
I don't have the cover for this one. I couldn't bring everything. It was a large
Sure.
haul.
huge thing. Okay.
So it's like a bunch
Oh,
of feathers.
nice.
So that one's, I think, that game is actually all designed by women.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the designer is a woman, the artist is a woman, and great artwork. Several expansions. People love that game. It's one of the top rated games. Here's another one. This is I think a good one. It's called Mysterium.
Ooh, yes.
one has
I've played Mysterium.
Beautiful artwork.
Oh,
You can
man.
do some great things with art
Yeah.
and board games.
Wow.
And in my opinion, it doesn't necessarily have to be AI or not. You know,
no,
you can
absolutely.
merge the line.
Yeah, yeah.
So these
wow,
are
those
some-
are cool.
These were picked out.
Those
by my
almost
wife.
feel like like concept art or something. You
Right.
know? Like I always love.
Have you
those.
played this one?
Mm-mm,
So
no.
Mysterium, I've actually got the chance to play. It's fun because it's like you're a detective or a ghost, and you're trying to hint at people of what the thing is. I can't remember the exact rules.
How someone was murdered. It's kind of Clue on steroids.
Okay.
But
essentially.
you can't talk. You have to like say, "Oh, I'm trying to show you how I was murdered." So you have to like pick the right cards to put down, and the rest of the people have to look at the card
Huh.
and be like, "Oh, that's what the thing is." So it has to
I
be
see.
really like that, like,
intricate. Yeah.
enough that if you put that guy running down, you might be looking at it and be like, "Oh, I'm going to give the clue that the murderer is this," because I think what it is, you're a ghost and you're trying to show how you were murdered,
Okay.
Right.
and
right.
so.
But it
It's-
could
it's-
be the dogs, right? Like it could.
Yeah,
because
you might
the
be putting
dogs
it
are
down
coming
thinking
out.
like everyone's gonna be looking at the guy and they're
Yeah.
gonna know it was the guy that did something, and then everyone else is like, "What? It's this weird hallway of art," and they don't look at the like running guy, and then it
Right.
like throws you off.
Yeah. So some games really capitalize on the artwork. It's kind of an important part of it. right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are,
I
and
love
those are
that.
like individual paintings someone
Yes.
did for that.
Hand,
Yeah.
you know, like probably done maybe on a digital pad or
Oh,
something.
that's
like
true.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know the technology, but
Their Wacom tablet.
so this is a class. These are all games in the top X number 100. Was at some point in the top 100.
Ooh, Ravensburg too. Nice.
This is called the Castles of Burgundy.
Nice.
This is actually the card version. Awful artwork.
Yeah.
Notoriously awful artwork.
It looks like a book that I would have bought at like the book fair.
Right, right.
at my school. The Choose Your Own Adventure.
And here's a good picture of the
Nice.
front of the guy.
It's apparently really fun, right? Because if it's in the top, like
Yeah.
it's not always about the art; it's about the fun of the game.
Oh, totally.
And that's kind of an interesting kind of dilemma, is that art doesn't always make the game.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think about that with video games a lot. I'll be playing through and being like, God, I love the storyline of this, even though I don't necessarily love the art, or I love the gameplay of this. And there's sometimes where I'm like, oh, this gameplay, but I love this, like, the world that I'm occupying. So it's like if one's really good and it can make up for the other.
Here's another one called Batoku.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
I don't have enough to show you here, so I'm just showing you the covers.
yeah.
Sure. No, that's cool.
The-
Wait, is that it? Is that all the art on that one? That was. Like
There's more, but I couldn't. I
But
couldn't bring
in that book, there's anything in it?
there probably.
Okay, fair
I-
enough. I like that. That was cool.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
very intricate to look
Well,
You
at.
should
the-
see the board on that one.
The font work and everything too is always
So this is a very, very expensive game that if you find it, it's like almost $400.
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
How did you get it?
I bought it like
I
a
bought
long
it.
time ago. Yeah. So it goes in and out of print. So the key is all these games that I'm showing you, they have bad and good artwork, but they've been through several print runs. So people buy this stuff. They love
Yeah.
this stuff. They're great games. So this is from a game. It's a Dutch publisher called Splotter,
Okay.
and this is the cover.
Oh, nice. It's like a children's book.
Yeah, and that's always been the comment is who designed this cover? The designer's daughter, or
Yeah, right.
What is it called?
it's called. Yeah, that's another thing. The graphic
Right.
design. is-
Yeah, that's true.
It's called Roads and Boats.
Whoa! Oh,
So-
I
see
might have
now.
I might have got there at some point, but
Yeah, I wasn't there yet.
usually that's not what you're going for with typography.
Roads and Boats, or like. yeah.
Bodes.
So, as much as I know you love this cover, okay, they came out with an expansion.
Oh gosh.
and they updated the artwork to make it even better.
It does get. Oh man,
It gets better. The donkey gets even more high fidelity.
that's true.
Etc.
I feel like I
can
like
at
the
least-
first cover better than
You,
this
you
one.
like the
for
first
sure.
cover? Okay. And it's actually, it's a solid game that is beloved. So that's the thing. Art is so subjective, I think.
It's true. It's true.
Wait, how do you get even into it? Think about this. Like, did somebody get that out with that kind of a cover? How did it become beloved?
I guess the game mechanisms are so unique and interesting that
Right.
But how do you get to the point of like you look at there like, hey, play this sweet game with donkeys and you can't read even the name of the thing? Like,
But
how
you
does
know,
that even get into
Because
the
like
market?
hardcore people go in and go, oh my god, I don't care about any of that. Like look at what they're doing for this game, and then it just spreads out from there, right?
All right, I threw this next one in just for fun. This one's from a game called Cubitos.
I love that one.
I just love it. I don't know why. My wife and I both love this cover. And
That's great.
there's-
It's like SpongeBob, very
Yeah.
SpongeBob reminiscent.
It's a piece. Is it a cheese? Is it a
he's
cheese
a
guy?
he's a piece of cheese,
Okay.
and he's I guess wearing lederhosen.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he's
that's
actually
great.
represented in the game as a piece like a die, like so.
Again, good typography, like good,
Yeah.
work with that kind of stuff. I
Giving
love
you
that.
some inspiration for the AI board game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I like the boxiness of that. Very Minecraft-esque.
Or the other characters are the exact same way. So.
Oh, that's fun. And there's more than cheese guy.
There's more than cheese
block?
guy.
Oh man,
Oh,
I kind
man.
of want to play that one now. That's totally like that's my fan favorite for today.
So I'm gonna flip the script on you. Why is this artwork bad? Let me see if I can get a. So this is a game called Istanbul, and it came out with 2 expansions. Istanbul, the 2 expansions, very popular game to have 2 expansions, right?
Yeah.
So in all 3 of these boxes, so the base game and the 2 expansions, there are 82 characters, like people, represented in this game.
Individuals, like
Individuals,
named
Okay.
people.
This people.
Yep.
Guess how many of them are women?
Oh God.
Like 2.
0.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a really good review about this from Shut Up and Sit Down, where they talk about this problem of underrepresentation, right?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
during this time, women would be completely, out and about. This is a game about like merchants and things. They would be
Right.
in the in the merchant area and doing business. So they came out with a follow-up game to this called Istanbul, the Dice Game. And this is the cover. Even after this issue was brought to the publisher, they do include a woman on the cover.
I was gonna say, there's a woman right there. Why is everyone so upset?
but she's not visible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, it alludes to like, is it a
Man.
woman?
Right.
I
or
suspect
just,
it
yeah,
is.
it's like trying to curtail to
Where
that
is this
without
made
doing it.
at? Is it made in a specific country?
This game is a Pegasus build, so it's probably originally came out of Germany, but they have an AEG as the American publisher. So
Okay.
this should have been like, but the point is like art can be bad in other ways.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just like the
Okay.
form; it can
That's
also be
true.
the function of the art.
Man. And that's a modern game.
Very
Like,
modern,
that's-
yeah.
okay.
Last few years.
Because even just the artwork, just even the style of it,
I
looks
love
like,
how
like
much-
from the 80s. Like it looks like again a book that I would have got, at a kids fair.
This one's real quick. Pretty sure these 2 guys are the exact same person,
same. It's like the same model.
right? Like what
Even
is
the
going?
even the guy on the right, he
Yeah.
kind of has that like that grimace. I love it.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna flip the
man.
script on this a little bit. One
Okay.
second. This is one of my wife's favorite games. So one
Okay.
second.
Okay, so we shouldn't talk smack on this. I want to play. It's like of some of these games. As you show me these covers, I'm like a sucker for it.
And I had to bring the whole box because the cover or the rule book didn't have the full cover on it.
Uh oh. Ooh.
Oh man.
So this is
Nice.
art from Ian O'Toole, one of the most prolific board game artists, and he's one of the most probably upset about the AI art.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think he would be okay with it if his art was excluded, like with the Dali kind of
Yeah.
model.
Okay. Yeah.
But he does fantastic artwork. This is a game called Rococo. It's
like-
about making dresses.
Wow. That's
It's
amazing.
cool. It's like a watercolor esque.
Yeah, totally
kind of.
watercolor. And it's the difference between the good art of this,
Yeah.
where it's like the interesting angle
I was
to
gonna
everything.
say, totally.
It's the use of color in certain areas and then faded out to no color, and so it's like what makes it interesting to look at, whereas the Istanbul one is like so straightforward.
That fades
right?
the brown, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Everything just sort of like congeals together, and that's it.
I like the negative space
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
is used in
Totally.
the people that are
Yeah, yeah.
dancing, and then the perspective. You said the angle, but yeah, and also there's the perspective. You get to see that cool painting up in the ceiling.
Right, because part of what you're thinking of is like, oh right, those like giant ceiling frescoes that people used to do, and so you want that as part of the entire layout of the whole cover.
But we were saying is this is like hits on both things.
Yeah.
The art's good, and then the game.
And then the game is also good.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious if when AI will be able to generate something like this.
Should we try that?
That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe we should try that. All right, let's see how much more games and things. Because do you want to take a quick pause and we
Yeah,
continue?
I got a few more that I think you'll find hilarious, but we can.
Let's do
save those
this
for later.
Let's put that on the table
second.
again. That same board game, and then what we're gonna do is let's see if we can create
Yeah.
something that describes that. So we're gonna be off in Chat GPT. We want to use Chat GPT to like
No.
prompt
I want
it
you
or
to
do it.
I want you
in
to
Dolly.
Google that image.
Okay, we're googling the image right as we
Then
go.
feed it into Midjourney.
Okay, this is
And
raw.
tell it describe this image as prompts.
Okay,
So
wait.
the game is Rococo. There's only 2 C's.
Rococo game.
Board game cover.
And you can't really see what we're doing, but we're
The FYI, there are 2 versions of Rococo, and that will show you the how art has progressed in the last few years as well.
Oh yeah, I do. Oh, wait, show that to the stream.
Alright. It's like Istanbul coming.
Yeah,
coming
it's a
trick
little.
over.
It's a little.
Wait, hold on. Where's a good place to look up Rococo? Here, I'll just use Google. Whatever. We're gonna swap over for a second. So here's
Yeah,
the
there it
Rococo.
is. There it is. That's your point and click. 1992.
That's the original.
Yep.
This is the original.
Yeah, with the kind of the fan. front of her.
Oh,
They had to put,
I
they-
see.
It's like they had to put cleavage on the front to get people to.
So those
purchase it.
those 2 iterations show you how art can really
Yeah.
affect how you feel about a board game.
It's true.
eBay stock. Wait. Why are they using K's on this version and C's on the other?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Interesting. It's
Okay,
true.
so Pegasus was the same. I told you. See, it was Pegasus.
That was bad.
They love the ladies in this one, but not in Istanbul. Fair. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's good. I thought it had C's in this other version, but this version of it. All right, I need to get like a large.
Yeah, we need the
Version.
biggest version.
It's like this is almost there.
So
right?
go to maybe just
There
go.
you
To,
go.
there you go. Yeah. Okay.
That's
All
a good
right,
one.
so we'll open this as an image, and we're gonna feed this one.
Yeah, just get that link
And where are we putting it into?
into Midjourney.
All right, fair enough. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
do that.
No, I'm gonna make Ian O'Toole really upset at us. Sorry, Ian.
And we are just
This is we're just testing things.
Very cool guy. He's Irish, I believe.
okay. Hope to not irritate Ian. We are not going to use this. Just want to see what ChatGPT. What are we doing? So
So you can get it to describe an image. No. So like instead of doing /imagine,
okay.
Just / describe or
yeah, do /describe. Write a prompt based on your image.
Cool.
So then,
So
I guess you do have to drag and drop it. I thought you could.
then you gotta upload.
Yeah. So you'll have to
Uh-oh.
save this.
Uh-oh.
Like now it's a felony. Okay.
And so we're gonna so it's gonna describe what the image. It's
Because what it does is it gives you 4 prompts basically, and it says, "Here's 4 things that I think would make up this image."
oh, so it's like
and then you could just be like, "Okay, run prompt number 3. Magical world of fantasy in the style of Rococo extravagance."
everything says Rococo on it.
Yeah, you know.
And it says 45. So that's the.
That's the
All right, can you
size
just
of it
click
exactly.
one and
No,
it'll
just
run it?
hit 2. Like right right here.
Oh, I got it down there.
Just run 2. And then you could change it if you want, right?
All right. And so we're rolling the dice on this. So we're trying to see if it's going to create something similar to Rococo.
Similar. But so just to shout out a little bit the Discord. If you watched the show last week, you saw me say, I'm gonna call. I said that you could upload your own images and then do the varying sections to it.
Yeah.
You can't do that actually in Midjourney. You can only do it to things that you've generated inside of Midjourney. Oh man!
Wow. Interesting.
See, I feel like not even close.
Which
right?
one of? But it's like almost yeah, because it's definitely not like a watercolor.
No.
It catches the the fact that there's dresses and there's a kind of
sure.
an opulent
And
like
dancing.
ball or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one do you like the best, Mike?
Oh, I can hardly see on the monitor. 1 second.
Yeah, it's
Kind of like the bottom quadrant, the bottom right.
Bottom right. All
Yeah.
right.
All right, we're gonna do that one for you. So
Variations.
why are you all in the variation?
Because variations are fun. We get to see new stuff at that point.
So,
but yeah, so
the variation keeps the original and then 3 others, right?
yeah, yeah. And so what I did, just shout out for the Discord, go in and check out Discord because I made some. I added to Adam's oil painting.
Oh, we should go and look
In
at that.
his- yeah, yeah.
It's right in there. It's
Sure.
a general channel. It's
I
I
think-
thought that was sweet.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, I tried to get it up in here, like
Yeah.
up in the sky, because that's what I thought you wanted was like
Yeah,
a whole
I
bunch.
totally do.
And like I could not get it to. So I didn't do. I did this in Photoshop. I did this with their Photoshop
Okay.
generative fill. And then I was like, well, what if it was like abducting a cow? Do not use the word abducting in a prompt in photo. It does not like that at all. So I had to change what that was.
AI FBI shows up.
Yeah,
in your house.
exactly. It
You're
was like,
done.
whoa. We're not doing anything with abducting. But can you guess which one I photoshopped and which one?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because
Let's go back to it.
I had to Photoshop one of them.
This one.
That one?
Yeah. It's your Photoshop.
Nope. That was full AI.
This one.
Yep. Because the cow is too big. I was like, it looks like. So anyway, all I did was Photoshop the cow slightly smaller, and then there was no beam.
Oh.
And so I was like, it needs a subtle beam that's in the same sort of color scheme as the rest of it. So I just added that.
She had a green bean.
Yeah, green. I needed a green beam. Well, I kept adding that to
Ooh.
the prompt, and it wouldn't do anything. Oh, nice.
They turned out really good, these ones. And I know it's hard to see back there.
Those
so
are beautiful. Yeah.
They're beautiful, but they're not as interesting.
her arm is not
As-
good on this top one. He's not grabbing the right space on this one.
Her like armpit. He's.
It makes you wonder, like, at some point where you find out someone has done the art themselves, how much more impressive that is.
So I always had this thing
Right.
that I wanted to do with because my wife paints. Like she's a great painter. And what I always wanted to do was have her paint something and then record it from over the top and the entire time of her painting. So sketching it out and painting it and doing it from beginning to end. And then sell the painting or do the painting as here's the painting, and then up in the corner in like a little video screen is just a sped up animated video of the entire process of like a person painting this thing that is right here, and it would just play constantly up in the corner with like a little battery or something, and you'd be like, right, so now I know that this is like it's like the negative, like you're getting the negative of it, like that person sat there and painted this entire thing.
You can like draw with friends as well, maybe some.
That's it.
Right.
Well, that was so we got an update of this one, and we have someone in the chat. Hey, what's going on, Ambien?
Oh, nice.
And guess what? I didn't tell you. Ambien is maybe going to be doing some music for Double Drop Down
What?
and the Hangout.
Oh, man,
So we've
that
been
would be
talking to.
amazing.
So hey, thanks for jumping on the show tonight. And you know what? Since you're jumping in here, we may have to do a quick
the music, we got to do
little,
the music.
Well, let's listen to the music that they've been producing.
Oh, yeah,
We
great.
can see some of that.
Love
So we
that.
just got this one. He is like, this is a pretty good one. As far as
Do you
what
wanna
we were
put it
doing
up
with
on the
Rocco.
screen?
Oh yeah, I didn't even show that.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I think, but
I
it never hit
No.
on what we were just trying to create.
Because
So-
there's a style to the one that we were talking
and
about,
it
right?
loses something.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
We-
It's like tries to get to where it was, but it loses that humanity, that piece, that like that perspective's not there anymore.
It's not as interesting
kind
as the
of
other one.
like the thing, but it's losing it all.
Equally beautiful, but just different.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. So do we have another? I'm gonna be pulling up the music, but if you have some other games to show off, let's take a look at that as we're going.
Let me see 1 second.
Okay. So
The hands-on stuff that we have for today is going to be fun too.
yeah,
We're going to have time, right? We have like a full hour after this.
yeah, we're gonna jump right into that next.
Awesome.
All right, you're gonna love this one, Ryan.
Okay.
Oh.
So this is from the same publisher as the Roads and Boats or Boats and Roats or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Wait. The same exact artist?
same publisher, same artist.
Ooh.
Okay. So
This is a later work or earlier work?
This is a later work.
Later work.
More modern.
Okay.
All right. This one's called Food Chain Magnate. Okay.
Nice.
And
I like it. It seems
I'm-
like
I'm
Fallout.
glad you do. Right? Because this is like it's a game about 50s diners.
Yeah.
right?
But they nailed it. Like it makes me feel they were intentional with that other games. Like,
You're like
thing.
now you're more respectful of the previous games.
well, now I'm just wondering. Like, I thought like they just weren't great at it. But like, why did they do those other games like that?
So we always have clip art, right? It looks like clip art.
Yeah, it does a little
Okay.
bit. It does.
So this is gonna make you feel a little bit better about
Oh,
the. Okay, 1 sec. One. First up,
It's fun though.
I like it.
you have these cool
Yeah, that's fun.
menus,
Well,
right?
yeah.
This is a component of the game. It feels like you're at a actual
Yeah.
diner. Now, the one thing I was going to point out is the tiles.
Okay.
So this is the back of the tile. Here's
Nice.
the front of the tile.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Looks like a prototype. And
Yeah.
that's what most people say about this game. But there are so many people that love this game regardless of the art.
Yeah, I feel like in some ways you get it's so bad it's good, right? Like is some of these
It's-
that you've been showing is like the campiness of it is
Yeah, exactly.
Like it helps.
Right, exactly. And it feeds into the theme, especially this one,
Right.
that it feels like you've been transported back to a certain point in time.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, maybe it's not a prototype. It's just like really being respectful to the time.
But-
the time would have been like that.
But
like,
I think you like, especially the cards, like I was almost there with you with the cover, but when Mike was showing off the cards, I was like, there's just something, you're right, that feels like it needs 2 more iterations, right? Like if this was in nice. If these were in a Fallout game, like they would be better than this.
wait,
right?
are all those cards in like little slip sheets?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's called sleeves. It's like
Yeah.
a condom for the card.
Yeah.
Wait, but like you went
You
and
went
individually.
through-
Okay,
put-
don't make fun of me for that. Here's a kitchen trainee. This is a beloved game in our household.
I
so.
used to do that with baseball cards.
That's
so.
yeah. I mean, I just hadn't ever conceived of doing it with a board
I
game. That's
think
awesome.
I feel like that's a normal thing with board
I
games.
feel
right?
like I'm learning things today.
like
that I
the
didn't
board
even-
game,
I never
the board
thought
game
about
like
it.
culture.
Awesome.
He's discovering the certain shame factor that comes.
There is no
You
shame.
have to buy
This is
10,000
amazing.
like card covers. Does that mean that all cards are the same size?
No.
Like there's a standard.
There is a varying.
Can
Yeah,
you
the
buy
green.
those slip sheets at different
Like,
sizes?
Yes,
then?
you can.
I figured that
They're
was a
like, do you
thing.
want the 3x1s? Do you want the 4x2s?
All right, I'll show this one, and maybe we'll do the music.
Okay.
Okay, this is from that game that
Ooh.
Adam talked about, Kingdom Death Monster. I think Talon talked about this game in the chat.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
So I gotta be careful
Oh,
about what I show in this rule book. So
Okay.
this is
Dang.
all
nice.
original artwork.
Wow.
Okay, let me find another one.
Yeah.
And this is that epic, like.
Yeah,
Right.
epic. Like dungeon crawl style. They're hiding away from some kind of monster that's
It's like
coming after
it's like a
them.
whole story. You have to
Right.
like
Yeah.
read through all these pieces. This is amazing. I love this one.
and this one. So this one I picked out specifically because it's got a lantern in it for Adam.
Nice.
And then
That's great. Those are
and here's another lantern. Sorry, it's kind of glare.
No, you're great. That's
Man, it's so cool.
I can't even imagine just getting invested in this game.
How
to the
yeah,
level,
like even just when you play a game like this, you're sort of investing a whole amount of time with you and probably multiple other people, right? Who are going to play. So are you all reading through it like in the moment when they come over? Is one person sort of reading through it and knowing the lore and then explaining the game?
Yeah, there's usually someone that reads ahead.
Sure.
Right? Like they kind of know how the systems work and
The person who bought it.
yeah,
typically.
if there's a story that comes into play, that you try to avoid reading that.
Okay.
Before.
Nice.
I got some other ones to show, but let's do the music.
Yeah.
we're gonna do a quick interlude with the music. So thanks for joining us on the stream today, Ambien. So I think I'm saying that right, Ambien. That's the pronunciation of it.
Yeah,
so. Just a quick little backstory is Ambien is a friend or a son of one of my friends or one of my coworkers.
Nice.
And so just she was letting me know how he's been producing music. We've been looking for folks to jump in and give us some insights on music. So I'm first gonna just throw a link in the chat if you want to go ahead and check that out. And I figured cool. Let's go ahead and listen just to what it is. So it's what we called it. This was a summer sunset that had been created in, I think it was Studio FL is what that would look. Yep, we were saying it right.
Is that Fruity Loops?
Is it Fruity Loops? Yeah, I guess that is Fruity Loops, right? Studio FL, right? I don't know. I don't know if you call it Fruity Loops. So I'm gonna click on this. I suspect you. We go to this site. I don't know if it. Okay. Actually, I have a question for you, Ambien. Is your cover art AI?
Totally, it looks like.
Is it AI?
It's got to be.
I don't know. That's the thing. This is an AI show. We talk about AI here. So let's try Summer Sunset and see what we got going here. So
Ooh.
it's a nice lo-fi beat here. So kind of having this on the Fruity Loops.
What is that? I don't know what Fruity Loops is.
It's loops. It's so pulling this together.
I know nothing about music.
It's like a sequencer, right? Like you can download.
Cool.
It's super chill.
I love that. I listen to this types of music all the time.
That's what I was gonna say. Like no lyrics. It's like perfect there. Go get Apple. Was that the preview? Is that all I got? Oh I know. It is just a preview.
Good night, Self Mouse.
Have a good
Thanks
night.
for hanging out.
Good night.
Yeah, no, this is vibing. I am so vibing on it. I love it. So,
oh man, cool.
Because we've been thinking like it sounds even like now we're just chit chatting and you got some lo-fi vibes going on here.
That's great.
So wait, what's this here? Distant Storm. That was another one to listen to.
So yes, my album covers are AI generated.
Yep.
Heck yeah! What do you use for your AI generation?
Can we tell? It's got to be Midjourney, right? That looks a Midjourney.
Maybe could be a Midjourney one. I think you got some good prompts on that. I love that. This one I was really chilling on. All right, I'm gonna just let that play in the background for a second. So it's so chill.
You can imagine.
Oh, because it's gonna cut off in a second though.
Is it a preview though?
Yeah.
No, this one's not a preview.
Oh, this is the whole thing?
I don't know.
I can imagine at the intro of the show, like it's kind of very chill vibe.
Yeah. So what if I said, hey, we'd maybe work with you, get you paid for a little bit of this if you get us a cool vibe for the start of our the Hangout, get our thing out, our Hangout theme. Going
I love that.
All right, so we're gonna be listening to some sweet beats. The Distant Storm, single by Ambien here.
Do you want to do Hey Jen first,
so
that we're not stepping on the music?
Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so what's Hey Jen?
Okay.
Oh my God, Ryan! What the fish?
Okay.
I see my face in here everywhere.
Yeah. So here was the deal. I was listening to Hard Fork, which is the New York Times podcast with tech guys, very cool podcast, and they were talking about Hey Jen and about how you could go in and sort of make a video based on a still, or you could choose from like their characters. And what they really trying to do, they do a ton of crap on this website, but the big thing is really just taking images or taking text prompts and adding them to these characters, and to make like you could just add a script basically to this video, and then it will talk and it will do everything in the video that you do for the script. And one of the neat things is that you can train the voice onto the person who's in the video so that it sounds like their cadence sounds like it. And all you have to do, dude, it's like somebody could do this about you in 2 seconds.
Because
like we have hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of you on the internet and hearing their voice.
Fair.
So it's like, you get over it, right? So I uploaded, so it said, oh, okay, do you want to start like your project? You could choose from these, or you can upload your own talking photo. And so I haven't gone through this. All I've done is take a video still from Adam.
Okay.
And then this was the two on the right were the two that I did at first. And then I was like, none of these other characters have an open mouth. And so maybe that's going to mess it up, right? And so then you can't delete them. I don't know.
They're just stuck
it
in
won't.
there?
They're
Okay.
just stuck in there forever, apparently. And so then I was like, dang it, I need one with his mouth closed. And so I found this still from the last episode, and I photoshopped out the background. And because I didn't know exactly how it's going to work, I would love to try it with the one with the background, because I think that would be cool. And I want to train your voice on it and see if we can get an Adam like promoting the show or saying something that can get him fired. I don't know. Like one of those two
great.
things.
I don't want that to
One of those
happen.
two things. Maybe I'll just type in
Let's
this.
do both at the same time. How about that?
Perfect.
All right. So what do I need to do?
So I think you're clicking on that one, and you're making a video. Okay, so create video. Landscape, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure.
Or do we want to put it on a short?
Maybe.
Let's do portrait. You good with that?
That's fine. Yeah, because it's gonna be short, right?
Yeah. So now what do I got to do?
So now you have to. So instead of Jenny, right? Because right now it's Jenny Professional who's going to do it. But then you're going to clone your voice. And so we're going to have to be quiet, because what happens is it's going to have you read things on the screen.
Oh, I'm reading.
You're
okay.
It's going to ask you for things to read. And then. Yeah.
Wait, it says without any background noise for 2 to 10 minutes.
I
2 to
only saw
10?
one. I only saw
What?
one.
All right, I'm trying
things.
this. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's mute your mics.
Okay.
And then let's see if I could just do it here. All right, ready. Let's get started.
You got to allow your.
Oh, God. Hopefully this does not screw. Here we go. I, Double Dropdown, hereby declare that I authorize HeyGen to use the recording of me to build the AI voice and to use it on my HeyGen account. I don't know if I really wanted to do that, but all right.
Yeah, okay, that was good.
We did the thing.
Yeah, okay, now next.
I, Double Dropdown, here. Okay. Oh, God.
Hello.
And someone, like, it feels like a burn. They're like, now we got a recording of you say this is all good.
I feel like you just consented to something.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God. Oh, wait, now I have to start recording this whole script? Wait, script preview. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to have to read
Or
this whole thing.
upload your recording directly.
All right.
This is probably the 10 minute. This is probably the thing that takes 2 to 10 minutes,
All right.
right?
I feel like I'm a decent
You,
reader.
yeah, you
y'all
can do
good
this.
with me?
Yeah,
just
totally.
going
We
with
can
this?
hear you tell this little story.
All right, I'm
for
telling
sure.
a little story.
Okay,
Y'all
I'm
ready?
muting.
Let's go radio Adam.
Yeah, I was gonna
Radio
say
Adam
no.
voice.
You got to do it normal.
I'll do it as best as I can. All right, here we go. Once upon a time, in a small village, nestled in the heart of a lush valley, there lived an old man named Thomas. Thomas was well loved by his neighbors, not only for his wisdom, but also for his ability to bring people together. One day, a young traveler named Henry arrived in the village. He had been walking for many days and was exhausted. As he approached Thomas's home, he saw the old man sitting on his porch, enjoying the cool evening breeze. "Excuse me, sir," Henry called out. "I've been traveling for days and I'm famished. Could you please spare some food and a place to rest?" Thomas looked at the wary traveler and nodded. "Of course, young man. Please come inside and make yourself at home." As they sat down to enjoy a warm meal, Henry asked Thomas about the village. How is it that everyone here seems so content and harmonious? Thomas smiled and began to tell a story. Many years ago, our village was divided. There was a constant bickering, and no one could agree on anything. One day, a wise sage visited us and presented a challenge. He said that hidden in our village was an extraordinary stone called the Unity Stone. This magical stone would bring peace and harmony to our community. Henry listened intently as Thomas continued. The sage told us that we needed to find the stone and place it at the center of the village. But there was one condition. We had to work together to find it. At first, the villagers were skeptical, but they decided to give it a try. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as the villagers searched the high and low for the Unity Stone. During this time, something remarkable happened. People began to work together, helping each other and sharing their resources. They became kinder, more understanding, and more compassionate. And as they did, they realized that they had already found the true meaning of unity. Henry looked around the village, amazed by the power of the story. So where is the Unity Stone now? Thomas chuckled. We never found the stone, young man. But in our quest, we discovered something far more valuable. The power of unity that resides within us all. With his heart filled with gratitude, Henry thanked Thomas for the meal and the story. He continued his journey, carrying the lesson of the Unity Stone and the importance of unity in his heart. And wherever he went, he shared the story, spreading the message of harmony and togetherness to people far and wide.
Nice.
I'm gonna need
Good.
a Adam audiobook here
Yeah,
soon.
right?
Like,
Totally. We could do our own Adam audiobook now that we got
No.
this recording.
wow.
I got a perfect recording of Adam saying this.
Usually the
Yeah.
Unity Stone is like something they're fighting over in a video game or something.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say the Unity Stone, normal pace and volume. Yeah,
Seemed pretty decent, right?
totally. Yeah, it was like it was too slow, right?
Yeah, it was going like I didn't know that it didn't tell you where to be reading.
Yeah.
Because it was a male
Like
voice.
maybe they should color a line like slightly darker or something. And
or just show the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
or have like a
I guess.
little like a target on the line you need to be reading. You know?
yeah.
That's what I was going.
I
mean,
wonder if it just doesn't even care, right? If it just needs 2 minutes of you saying a thing,
Yeah.
like almost if you
Check out Ryan.
God damn it!
Get you-
That's
get
a
you-
yearly subscription.
All right. We're not needing to do that, right? You should be able to do
I
that.
don't know.
It says upon completion of payment, your voice will be ready in just a few minutes.
All right. I didn't know that we had to spend
I-
$99 to clone your voice.
Wait. How for how long is that? A year. It's just for a year. It's 50% off.
I don't think you should buy this for $100, Adam. There's no way that you
I heard you
use
just
that.
consented, and I read their story. Now my book is out there. I'm done. I've been had.
They're not upload. Well, everyone who records this this archive of this video has your exact recording. So someone can do it.
I think this was a ploy for you to just
I
give
know
me the
it
story.
was. I know to make you pay $100.
It was a bait and switch here.
Can
But
we
we're-
do it? What it's supposed to do is it's supposed to animate your whole face and everything. So maybe we just don't need. Maybe we just pick a voice that we use for Adam.
All right, fair
but-
enough. Wait. Well, at least
I
you got a good
apologize.
story.
You know,
got a
because
good
it's
story
like
out of it.
I would have had to go through this entire thing to know that it costs $100. Oh,
All right, so I'm gonna close this for just a second and
Okay.
and see where it's at. Wait, let me try this. Oh wait, look it. Welcome to the new era of video creation.
yeah.
Does this do anything now?
No. So what it'll do if you just play that,
Welcome
it just
to the
plays it
new
with the
era
voice.
of video creation with Hey Jen. Simply type your script to get started.
Yeah. So if you hit if you hit generate or whatever or submit, then it would just do that with that.
Let me put Tony.
Okay.
So there are like custom features that you have to pay a little bit extra for.
Yeah.
All right,
it
so
seems like.
now do I hit play?
Maybe up here.
That's what I just hit.
Oh, okay.
And so it said that. So how do I apply that? I actually, if this is cool, I would totally play it. So create your own avatar light.
Just maybe play scripts.
All right, let's
Because
try
I
it.
think submit is where you're like,
Welcome
you only
to the
get
new
2.
era of video creation with HeyGen. Simply type your script to get started.
Okay, so what do we want Adam to say? Adam in this, whoever voice.
Welcome to Double Drop Down.
Yeah. Welcome to Double Drop Down and the Hangout with Adam and Ryan.
Let's do welcome to the Hangout with Adam and Ryan with special guest Michael
Okay.
and the Unity Stone.
Yeah, the one that binds us all together.
Of course.
The one
What other one?
that cost $99.
Okay.
I am gonna put $99.
No. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you had run out.
All right.
Okay,
so,
try playing that script and see what
Welcome to the Hangout with Adam and Ryan with special guest Michael and the Unity Stone. The one that costs $99.
cast.
costs $99.
Good job, Adam. Good spelling mistakes.
It's like,
there.
what accent is that?
Yeah, this is the
Welcome to the Hangout with Adam and Ryan with
English
special guest
American
Michael and the
professional.
Unity Stone.
middle-aged.
The one that costs $99.
Okay, so I play that. Now I play this.
Welcome to the Hangout with
No.
Adam and Ryan with special guest
So
Michael
now
and
I
the
think
Unity
you're gonna
Stone.
go submit it.
Oh, okay.
Because you only get 2 credits to submit, I
Oh,
think,
God.
for the free one.
Okay, here we go.
Or like, what is the downward arrow
Yeah, let's
next
see
to
what it
submit?
says.
Okay,
Submit as
you
4K.
Don't, you don't get to submit it as 4K.
So
Oh, so you got 3, and this one
is a half a credit.
half a credit.
Let's
to
see what
do
we
this.
get. All right, this is good. I'm glad we got this big Unity Stone message. I feel like that touched my heart.
It was a very touching reading by Adam in the middle of the show.
I'm gonna start reading audiobooks. That's gonna be my thing.
It's probably a sweet gig if you
Yeah.
can get it.
I know an audiobook artist, I guess you'd say, a voice artist in Fort Collins.
Oh, really?
Because I imagine lots of books you have to do bunches of different types of voices, right? For the most part, like you're doing, like if you're
I
doing fantasy
actually
books and stuff.
I have a hilarious story. So I was reading an audiobook once, or not reading it. I was listening to it, and so I was going through it, and this guy kept talking about these famous people, and so there was 2 people reading the audiobook. I did not realize it was like 2 people. I thought it was like the person that was reading the audiobook and then the
Oh.
actual person that was saying
Oh.
the thing. But then I was like, why do all the people when they go to the people that talking seem like the same person? And I was like, oh, like I literally listened to it for hours before I realized like, oh, they're just like a rendition of what that person was doing. It was the most stupid thing I thought. But all right, it's done.
I listened to or I watched Moneyball with the visual description
Yeah.
add it, you know how
Yeah.
you can add visual description of just what is happening, and I just thought it was like weird narration over the top of the beginning of the movie, and I was like, this is a very odd choice for them to have made it like this.
They use that for like people that are hard of hearing or maybe blind.
They're
or something.
blind,
Okay.
right? Yeah, so they don't know what's
Yeah.
happening on the screen, and so that it says, oh, so it'll
Welcome to the Hangout with Adam and Ryan with special guest Michael and the Unity Stone. The one that costs $99.
Wow.
it's pretty good.
Put my
Welcome to the Hangout with Adam and Ryan with special guest Michael and the Unity Stone.
look at my blinking.
Cost $99.
You're blinking.
We don't
That little smirk.
we don't need Adam anymore. We can just
Forget
pay
it.
the $99
I just-
and
Just pay the
I-
$99 and be done with it. Just green screen out this side.
you could save his salary. And
Exactly.
Those the eye blinks. I'm just
$99.
I mean, you could tell the mouth is a little fuzzy, right? Like, I mean, it's a little uncanny valley,
Michael and the Unity
but
Stone.
the voice doesn't help either.
and the voice, of course, yeah,
oh my god, this is great.
But imagine if, God, I wish we could have had the Adam one. Oh well, too bad. $99. That seems like too much.
I don't know. I mean,
Why you need to have a double drop down Kickstarter.
I know exactly,
Splurge
right?
for it.
If we had enough YouTube monies coming in, we could buy these ridiculous things.
Get a Patreon account going.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that was a good one. I'm glad we got a version of it and not taking it all the way to that point and then not being able to listen to it.
Yeah,
Wait, can we? You can only do 8 seconds, is what that is?
yeah.
How do I download it? Is there a way to save this? Oh, here it is. Original video though.
I mean, it wasn't a video, right? So if you're downloading any video,
I guess you can add effects and stuff to it. I guess.
oh,
Is it a circle? Why is it not the whole thing?
yeah, I was wondering about that. Well, and so then I was, because I was like, at first I said, oh, I need a picture more of Adam of like a full headshot, like full, because if you choose some of the avatars, some of them are like more waist up. But then I was looking at it and I was choosing some of theirs and putting them into this, and it was still putting them in a circle. So I don't know exactly. I know you could put different backgrounds and things
You gotta
like that.
you gotta pay that $99. Now I'm actually
yeah.
thinking like, what if we built like a whole episode of this? Like you trained your voice, I trained
Nice.
my voice, and we did like a whole segment in AI.
And it was just script of us going back and forth with each
Like,
other.
is it just your face that's doing, or like this gesticulating and
I
everything?
mean, you could watch some of the other one. I don't think it's anything more than just the faces doing
The cool
stuff.
thing would be like start with one prompt. It says the show is about whatever, and then it builds out the whole script,
Yeah.
and then you generate the whole video, and then it stitches them together.
Like you would use ChatGPT to figure out what the script was,
Yeah.
and you'd be like, "Here's the topic of the show. Write out the script for what it is, then feed it into this."
Yeah.
we have a little bit more credits.
Yeah,
Should we do a
Do you wanna
script
do-
like cause how
you can only do 8 seconds, so
so what is the okay?
oh, you're gonna Do we need what would be like an 8-second?
We would just ask ChatGPT, like give us an 8-second give us an 8-second long
Script
script
for a promo
Yeah.
for
eight.
the Twitch channel double drop down. And then does ChatGPT at this point can you put links and things like that into it for modern, like up to date websites?
Have it search the web?
Yeah, like does it search the web at this point? Because I use Bard for
Isn't
that
that a
more than
plugin or something?
yeah.
Wait, it's giving. Look for nonstop action, endless fun, logos, double drop down, zooms into the burst of light. Join the rush. Follow double drop down on Twitch now. Chime sounds. I love it.
End of promo.
Oh, we did say script, so maybe like not script. Like, okay, what is just like the voiceover, right?
The narration.
Over
Maybe.
narration.
And what do we want it to highlight?
And
We needed to
be
like
less cheesy.
no, like we needed to
wanna-
because it doesn't know, right?
Oh yeah, it does. Double drop down, raw gameplay, authentic reactions, dive into Twitch.
Yeah, right. Would that take 8 seconds to read?
Let's see here. Do twice as long. I don't know.
I think it took you about 2 seconds to say that, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Discover the next level of gameplay with double drop down experience. Okay, fair enough. We're gonna go with that one. Actually, make it about a talk show instead of gaming.
Yeah. Game harder.
Conversations dive deeper, engage with riveting topics, genuine insights, and a community that thrives on the meaningful dialogue. All right, there you go. Join us for discussion. Challenge your perspectives only on Twitch.
It does sound a little generic. Maybe you could throw in some of your common
Yeah, I was
topics
gonna
like
say
AI and
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Include AI 3D printing. AI like AI image generation, 3D printing.
some other emerging technologies.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. I like that.
And emerging technologies.
See, the problem is if you add too much, it's just going to repeat all that back because it only has 8
Right.
seconds.
It forgets and it's like, what?
Whoa. No, I think this is good. So tune into Double Drop Down, where we push the boundaries of conversation, dive into the world of AI, marvel at cutting-edge image generation, and explore the wonders of 3D printing and demystify emerging technologies. Be part of the future today, only on Twitch.
All right.
I feel like I read it in radio voice, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so but put that in there, and then we need to put a background on it. We need to put our double drop down.
am I doing it with my face here? I'm gonna do it on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you do it with like non-human?
Oh,
Can
like
you do it with the talking heads?
Just one of these random ones.
No, your microphones.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
How do you upload something and then here?
No, well, so go to your add your talking photo, but then we need a different voice, I think.
But
Portrait,
you want
yeah.
me? But we were thinking using the
logo.
The logo, and having that talk. You know what I'm saying? The little.
Oh, I see. The little microphone.
Yeah.
From sweet. All right, I love that.
I don't know if it'll work. I mean,
Yeah, totally.
There's two of them in there, so would
No,
we have
we
to
just cut it out real quick.
Do I have that? Okay, I think I do.
It's on.
Shoot, no, I don't. We could do with this guy.
Oh God,
That would be a terrible guy. Wait, we got to show everyone what we were just talking about. We were thinking about this guy. How sweet would that be? It's
right,
using an AI generated version of it, because the other one we would have to crop it out, right?
Yeah. Well,
All
we
right.
would have to.
All right, how do you
Photoshop it a little.
upload? Okay.
that'll be in the bonus content.
Yeah,
show, right?
exactly. Follow us on Discord.
Yeah, if you have not followed us, that would be a good thing to do. Oh yeah, I think this is the perfect one. This would be great.
So a couple times it was fine. When I uploaded yours, sometimes it would say there's no face in these pictures.
Oh,
and I was
great.
like, you're full of it. There's face in these pictures. And I would just keep uploading it over and over again, and then at some point it would go, okay.
All right, we got to figure out the voice. You want like British, American?
The most ridiculous one. Do we have like
Wait.
Australian?
Hold on a second.
Tune into Double Drop Down, where we push the boundaries.
Nice.
Okay, that was female. I didn't realize that. All right, let's see if there's all these like
Yeah.
natural.
Do gender male.
Okay, you can change that. Filters, author.
No, it's Arthur.
I got a funny story. We have this thing called the Patron Network at my work.
Okay.
And it's for Wi-Fi. And then one of my colleagues was like, "Hey, this Patron Network. I'm on the Patron Network." And I was like,
What's the password?
it's Patron. I was like, "What are you thinking?" I was like, "Oh, you must be drinking a lot."
Hello,
the
this is how I sound. Hope you like it.
I don't know if I like
What is that one?
Hello, this is how I sound. Hope you like it.
that. Sounds like it would be Stewart, right?
Yeah.
Hello, this is how I sound.
I
Hope
think
you
this,
like
I
it.
think this is. The one.
Is there any other British?
There's probably a couple. I like Willie.
English.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Oh, so that was the thing, right? I remember part of this too is then you can just take these and be like, well, okay, but now it's in Turkish and now it's in Vietnamese and now it's in whatever, and so then you can put it through and have that as part of your
Hello,
learning
this is
curriculum or
how I
whatever,
sound.
so that
Hope you like it.
Does it use
Hello,
like
this is how I sound. Hope
What's that?
Does it use your voice as a base to like
well
translate into
that's
other-
why. So when you train it on your voice,
Oh, God.
then it could just be Adam speaking in Spanish or Adam speaking
Hello,
in
this
German,
is how I
and that's
sound.
what they did
Hope
on
you like
Hard
it.
Fork. Is he was like, hey, here's you speaking German.
Okay, so it is 20 seconds because let's see if we can submit this and see if we have enough credits.
It's just gonna cut it out. So after 8 seconds.
It says credits needed. Oh,
Oh, no credits needed. We have
producing
2.5
video will
left.
consume
Yeah.
this. All right, credits left. I'm gonna do it.
Half, yeah.
Maybe it cut it down.
Like we're only gonna get 8 seconds.
I don't know if it is.
Anyway, one part of this that I thought was neat is just having that to be able to voice, because here's what I want. I do like part-time stuff for this place called Network Leader, and we have these videos that we've shot that explain like the assessment that people are taking, right? And I want to be able to get them in Spanish. And instead of just adding the captions for Spanish to it, like how amazing would it be to be able to upload this video and then be like, great, here's the whole script. Do it in
translates
Spanish.
Like,
Do it
or
in
is it
Spanish.
is it the accent?
Yeah, it's and if I trained it on our 2 people that were in the videos, it would also sound like them in Spanish.
Wow.
And change the mouths of the video. That's where I want it to get at some point.
I don't.
And
think
right
it would-
now
to
it can't.
translate it though. Like I don't think.
That's the easy part. That's what it's doing right now.
But it's not
is it
changing
could-
because like, I side note, I just got over 365 days on Duolingo, so I feel like
Dang,
this is a cool.
congratulations.
Big
But
streak.
so one of my my thoughts with that though is that as I learn Spanish, the way that the grammar works is completely different of English. Like you don't say things like in the right order. So if
Yeah,
you're
but it
translating
doesn't care about any of that,
cares about
right?
sound,
It
right?
just cares about the sound of how, like, the cadence of your voice and how you do that, and it knows what that sounds like in Spanish.
And how your mouth moves according to the
But
Yeah.
you're saying it would say it in perfect Spanish.
Yeah.
It would
In your
literally
voice.
translate it.
In your voice. Because, like, watch, if you go to any of those aren't people talking, right? They're trained on it. And so if you go to that and you say, now use Jenny's voice or whatever and do it in German, it just sounds like Jenny or whatever,
Uh-oh.
but in German.
We
Here's
have
something.
There we
coming
go.
through.
we have the
Okay.
thing now. Now the scary thing is I think it's
Oh,
messed
man.
up.
Down, where we push the boundaries of conversation. Dive into the world of AI, marvel at cutting-edge image generation, explore the wonders of 3D printing, and demystify emerging technologies. Be part of the future today. Only on Twitch.
That was not as good. It
Right.
was like it was just because I think there was too much noise around it. Didn't know where its face was. Is my thought
It's
on
probably,
that one.
yeah, it's probably trained to do like actual faces.
Actual humans.
Yeah, exactly. Not your AI generated robot stewards.
I thought that would be cool though because it was like
Totally.
like
It was
it
a
had
good-
that
Hey,
voice.
it
and-
was totally worth half a free credit.
hell yeah. All right, I think we go back to. Do you have some more board game stuff? I
Oh,
think this is a good moment to do that. And as you're getting that out, I saw that Ambien had put in the chat that they had a YouTube channel
Yeah.
that we can listen to. So maybe we can just vibe on some of that lo-fi if you're all good. Oh wait, not the commercial. Well, hopefully you're getting. Hey, we're gonna subscribe to you. Subscribe to Ambien. You got to do that, y'all. But not this guy. This is the Mint guy.
So is there a link to Ambien's? Is it
Yeah.
Apple or
So here's the Apple one we can get.
is it in
So
the chat that we can?
this is Sunset Summer that we're gonna be vibing on.
Yeah, I
while
think
listen.
we had the YouTube channel in the chat.
Yep, he posted in the chat.
Perfect.
So if you don't mind, we're gonna vibe to the music if you're still there, Ambien. But this is pretty sweet. So we'll be vibing to this. Then we'll take a look at some more of this.
Yeah, any
board
more
games.
board games?
I got a couple more.
Perfect.
All
I'm
right,
stoked.
this one's a little unique. Okay,
All right,
this one came from a game. It's a soundtrack that came in a game. So very, very thematic with the music playing in the background. This is from Last Night on Earth,
Nice.
and they literally took photos of people like cosplaying, I guess.
Yep.
And photoshopped them into different cards and the artwork, and every single one of the Flying Frog Productions games are like this.
Oh,
So
that's
they-
just their style.
They spend a lot of money, but in the wrong way. Like it can't be cheap to do this, right? Like put people in cosplay and take photos of them.
I bet it's way cheaper than hiring an amazing artist
Right?
to draw a whole bunch of stuff, because they probably needed these people for the cards.
Wait,
and things
open
like
it
that,
up. I want
right?
to see some of the in-cover art. So wait,
So
this is
the soundtrack that came in the game. So I don't know what is inside of here. Oh, we got the sheriff.
Nice.
We got some zombie.
Hey, you
folks.
know, that's not so bad.
You know what? Though it reminds me
See
of
what else is
something
in
I would cheapskate on because I would be
Right.
like, I can't get the angle, and I'm not that.
It's a little campy, you know.
Totally. Yeah. It feels like one of those like full motion video games, like FMV games.
Right.
Uh,
A little on rails, maybe.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Kind of like a Mist, but like a zombie themed.
Yeah.
Or something.
What was the game that came out for? It was like a disc system back in the. I think
Oh,
it was
man,
like
there were tons of those.
90s.
There were tons of those.
It was like a Ground Zero something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh, man, it reminds me of that. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Seaman.
All right, cool. That's a cool one. So the soundtrack,
like
we
that
should be
one.
listening to that.
Okay, let me see what else I got
Soundtrack.
down here. What other goodies?
That was 2 minutes of Ambien. Try to go one more time. I'm vibing on that.
Totally.
I think we should
That's
work
great.
with him and
100%.
see if we can get some
Absolutely.
stuff out of that. That sounds
Yeah.
great.
All right, this one's Twa.
It looks like a tarot card.
I love
Almost.
it. Actually, I love that art style. I gotta say that is.
You love that?
I do.
Well, if you think that's really sexy, you'll love the ladies of Troyes.
Nice.
Ladies.
The ladies of Troyes.
Spice it up, you know.
Nice.
You got like a dog.
I like that
And a
one.
Bible.
Wes.
I like how it's like you pull it off and then that's the ladies.
Oh, that's good.
No,
What it-
it's just like because it is a total stylistic thing.
Well,
like, there's
and
a difference.
it's calling out the artist. Like, I mean, it's right underneath the title, right?
Right.
Artwork by Alexandra Roche.
And I,
It's like-
I actually kind of love it too, but like a lot of people, you know, don't. And if you look up, if you have a browser that you
I
can
do.
look up, there's another game called Black Angel. You could
Okay.
look that up. I don't have that one with me.
Black Angel like board
Black
game.
Angel board game.
Yeah. Is Alexander? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alexander. Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's get over to the.
It's probably a different artist. I think it's Ian O'Toole. But yeah, that looks like a spaceship.
Spaceship, yeah.
So
here?
yeah,
Okay.
right there. That's this same game, but with a different theme.
Wait, what?
Oh, right. It's like
Oh.
the same gameplay.
Same gameplay, different theme. That one's actually about a spaceship that has been sent out to discover new worlds for the alien race, and you play as AI,
Nice.
competing AI on a ship.
And that's the same game as the
Same
the
game.
Old, yeah.
I thought y'all would find that fascinating.
That
they-
is because you can't copyright.
Well,
It's by the same
Same
it's by the
publisher?
same publisher, so it's even less. But even if somebody wanted to do that, they could, right? Is that
look at the designers. It's the same designer.
right?
They rethemed their game into something more modern. So
That's
that
great.
It tells you kind of like, okay, theme has a big
Yeah.
impact, but art definitely, you know, makes that theme.
Yeah, and you can
Come out.
reskin it. It's like getting all those other games that they have out there that hold on a sec. The games that they just the Monopoly. I'm not a big Monopoly
Sure.
fan, but they put a bazillion like skinned versions
Yeah, like
of Monopoly.
Monopoly Pueblo or
Right,
Yeah.
totally. Every city got one.
Didn't wasn't there a recent game that just ripped this off called what was it, Starfield?
That's it, yeah.
Starfield.
It's Starfield Black Angel Edition.
Let's see. I got one more, and then the scandal.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
All
that's right. That's right. The scandal.
Another
I
scandal.
almost forgot.
This one is a different type of artwork.
Nice.
It's line drawing, and this is actually quite unique because it'd be hard to show you here, but it folds out to this large map,
Oh, okay.
and you're trying to find characters like as they move through time, and like a crime may play out, and you see how like a criminal or like the victim kind of travels through the city,
Huh.
and it's a very unique. And I've never seen anything like this. It's almost like a Where's Waldo type of artwork
yeah.
in a board game. AI would be interesting with this type of artwork. I think. How could it generate something this, you know, intricate?
And then just expansive, right? Because it could just go on for. You could
Right.
just keep drawing and drawing and drawing and
Generate the whole world.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. As far as you could.
Is it all
scroll.
black and white when you like do that?
all black and white. Yeah.
I love the vibe of that. It's like
Yeah.
that's kind of the art that Ryan and I tend to like. I don't know
Totally.
if you like it, but I'm
Yeah.
totally on
like
it.
graphic tee?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, that was cool.
There's a game that I play. I can't remember what it's called on the iPad, and it's black and white Waldo like that, and you basically have a whole entire area, and then you're looking for specific scenes happening. So it'll be like find the lady who's getting her purse stolen, and then you have to like go across this entire thing and then be like, right, okay, I'm clicking on that. Yes, this is this lady getting her purse stolen, and people are walking around, and it's all animated, and one of them is like maybe a whole ski mountain, right? And it's the entire mountain, and stuff's just happening, people are crashing, things are, and it's like really good. It's like the next generation of Where's
All kinds
Waldo.
of things are happening in the background that
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
quite understand.
I love that.
I'm prepping for this next one because I have an
Okay.
image that will accompany this one.
Okay.
Oh, is it on your phone?
Yeah, I'll put it in the Discord chat. in a
Okay.
second.
Okay, sweet.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So this is a game so popular that when it first came out,
Nice.
they came out with an art book.
Yeah.
This is the art book for it?
This is the art book for the game
Cool.
because this guy Jacob Rosalski designed this whole new world. It was like 1920 plus. It's like an alternate version of 1920 instead of like World War One. It's like World War One with mechs.
Oh,
Right?
nice.
That's cool. It's like, is that a Russian mech or something?
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
Russian mech, right?
Totally.
All right, so I'm gonna show you a few images and try to remember them.
I love art books.
So this is one of them. That was
Nice.
okay.
I like how it's like the old horses and guys with like swords and then crazy mech.
It reminds me of like a thing where you would have a painting of this and you're like, I'm going to draw a mech in the background.
Right, why not, right?
Yeah.
Like you find that piece of artwork at like Goodwill and you want to
Yeah.
add something to it.
That's what I want to do with the
Yeah.
freaking
I
alien
know,
thing that
that's-
we've been
yeah.
doing. So
Yep.
yeah.
All right, let me find the next one I had
Cool.
queued up. I try to be prepared, but all right, remember this one. Remember this one right here.
It reminds me of that South Park episode.
Great artwork. It's called The Wheel. He has names for all this artwork.
That's great.
There's a ton of great artwork in here, but I just wanted to point out a few. This is really cool character design,
Yeah.
right?
Is that tiger's like blood in its mouth?
No,
Is that
that's
what
the little star.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
little
that's
star.
a star. Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Getting some
style.
ASMR
That's
from me
great.
switching the pages around.
Perfect.
All right, this one,
Cool.
some more great thematic.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like it.
The flamethrower. That's great.
Just the gas mask on that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I do like this. This is a sweet. This is a game then.
It's a game. It's called Scythe. There's like several expansions, and they even came up with a follow-up game that recently came out. Made millions of dollars. Very popular game.
Yeah.
So I'll take this one off real quick. You can. All right. So remember this one as well. Remember I showed you the wheel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then final charge. Okay. And then one more. This one I thought was interesting. The dynamic between
Yeah.
the war and then them playing some
The
kind of
aristocrats, right?
Yeah.
Like just sort of,
Right.
oblivious in their wealth.
very
They're
cool,
little- yeah,
very
they're
cool
little
arc, and
robots.
this one
Yeah.
shows like the iteration supposedly of the art.
Oh.
Wow, that's what I love about art books is that kind of behind the scenes.
Wait,
stuff.
keep it on there for a second. I want to look at that. So yeah, so it
The-
starts with like a base and then
like colors, right?
perspective. Yeah, colors. You get the, and then it's like focused areas. That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, let me find that previous one. You remember the guy on the horse
Yeah.
and the guy,
The wheel guy.
the wheel guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, I'm gonna put an image in the Discord chat.
As you're doing that, look at the upper left-hand corner, and does that remind you of any game?
Yeah, like inside.
Inside,
Yeah.
100%. I was like, what? They totally like. I don't know what one came. That is 100% an inside.
Just like having a silhouetted thing in the
but the big
foreground
gears
and
and all
then
that
yeah,
is
sure.
so the thing.
Okay, you may have to scroll to the image because it's kind of long.
All right, did you put it in the chat?
Yeah, it's in the Discord.
Oh, in the Discord.
Discord general chat.
We are grabbing it from the Discord as we speak.
Double drop down on Discord.
Wait, which one did you put it in?
Make sure I got it the right one.
Because I didn't see it in
Did you
there.
refresh?
How do you
That-
refresh a
I don't
Discord?
know.
I think
Shut it
just-
down
I
and
think
turn it
just-
back on.
It says sending. Here, let's just. Yeah, that's probably the.
Oh, it's too big.
It's probably my cell phone.
Sure.
Look up Jacob Rosowski
Okay.
on Google.
Oh wait, no, it came in.
You got it?
It came in.
Okay.
So we'll open in browser here. Okay, it's like zoomed out. Oh, okay. Here, ready? You have the book up there. I'm gonna cut over to it. You ready?
Yeah.
And 3, 2, 1.
So I thought this would be interesting for the show because we talk about AI and how, well, is it good or bad for the industry? And a lot of artists get upset about it being used to like replicate their work or use it in different ways. So there was a scandal a couple years ago with Jacob Rosowski. A few years after this game came out and several expansions that came out, people have discovered he had traced his art.
Ah.
And so you can see several examples of this. So that you see the one right there, the wheel.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's other ones that are in this book, but I wanted to point out wheel. And if you scroll down on the right, there's the guy on the horse that we
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, he was using like reference
Right.
photos, right, to draw it
Like
off
it's
of.
yeah, because you have to still like paint it and stuff.
Yeah. So like I was interesting about it, wanted to know your take on that, Ryan, as a graphic
Yeah.
designer or artist. You know, like
Right.
how would you?
Yeah, it's always a tough line, right? Because even you know, I know that there was a person who won like a photography award right? And for his work in like wartime photography, and they found that he like photoshopped in a little bit more of like smoke in the background, and they were like, take away the award. And so they did. And I remember I taught a class about it, and people were very split. They were like, it's not that much, smoke that got added into the background. And I was like, it's a slippery slope, right? Like if you take enough and you do enough of that. But I also know that artists draw off of, like, if I have a real person standing in front of me, that's holding up a sword like that, is that me drawing off of, like, I mean, there's a huge tradition of looking at something and being able to draw off of it from real life. And then if I'm drawing off of it from a photo that I took, is that okay?
But he was like straight tracing.
No,
in
but
this
I
one.
don't even know if he was necessarily tracing. Like a good artist can look at that
Fair.
picture and be like, yeah, I can draw it in the same. Like
Look how many exact
like
things
switch it
that-
over to this so we can see that again because I do.
I don't know. It's
I honestly don't have a problem with it. I just want to point out another scandal in the board game art industry.
Yeah. Well, this is like pre-AI, right? This is like this is very like just a precursor to what we're seeing now.
So that story we heard earlier is not a new thing.
Yeah.
As far as like people getting up in arms about something happening, with art.
Well, and it's
Scroll
just,
down
it's,
further.
It's,
I wanna
it's
see some
almost
more
like
of it.
talking about how people's process of getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like these AI tools, can they be used in the same way as this is kind of being used?
Right.
Well, I mean, when you look at some of this, and I don't know, Ryan, I'm kind of, it feels like this is straight tracing because look how exact it is in some of these. Like they're.
If you scroll up, there's one at the very top. Yeah, the first image, that's Bucky from
right.
from the Marvel series.
Yeah. I feel like, man, it's always tough, right? Because all art is like is all like influenced by every other piece of art that you see, right?
Well,
and the only way that you get something that people enjoy is by sort of taking something that was already in a certain way that people look at it and understand it, and then you do a little twist on it, right?
Yeah.
You take the people who are in the old timey and you put a giant mech behind them, and so you're like, hey, you need to be able to see that style of art and that style to be able to like recognize it and be able to hold on to it and not just think it's too weird. It's like that's what our brains want. And so it's almost like something that just goes with emulation of other people's art. But now the hard part with that is AI doing it, right? You're like, at least before it was an artist doing it.
So like the one I showed you at the beginning with the nice picture of the man and the woman dressing, or in the woman in a dress, and they're dancing. Called Rococo. That's by Ian O'Toole. He's kind of against the AI art movement. I'm curious how he would feel about having his own AI to help take his designs he's made in the past, and it's limited to his only his art.
Like trained on his art.
Trained on his art, and only he can access it. And it's like augmenting his own process and expanding what he could do in the future.
Man, that's an interesting concept. I didn't think about like it's almost like what we were saying is you're building your own ability to like produce something that you do and then expand yourself. Like what if there was an AI that would take everything you write, everything that you draw, everything you paint, everything you say, and it just would learn on that, and then it would be like, hey, guess what? Based off of everything you've said in the past, you'd probably say this. Or you probably would try like
it's
this.
like inspiration, not necessarily like the end result, right?
Yeah, but when do you go, the inspiration is just the work,
right?
Like, because let's say it looks at all of my work that I've ever done and it goes, here's a new sweet thing that looks exactly like something that you would do, and I go, you're right, that is something I would do. Put that out and like just say that I did that.
Well, and I think that is exactly where I'm getting at too. Is that if I've been using the heck out of AI, and initially I was just like, oh, cool, put in a sentence, spit out this. Now I've been, and I don't think it probably has gotten a little worse, but I hate what it spits out, and but it gets me like a much better foundation and gets me further faster because I know what I want to say. Listen to me just say like ChatGPT. I'm like, I know I got to talk about this, 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 and this, and it's just like I rough it and I throw it in there and be like, what would you say with these things? Then it comes out, and then you're like, all right, that's good, but it's not great. And so then you take that, you like tweak it up, move things around, say do this and this and this, and so it's like 5 or 6 times you're iterative, and by the end of it, you've edited it so many times. You've added so many different pieces to it. So if you use it that way, I would say that like that you're just almost using yourself. If you were going to create your own version of yourself as like you're like talking to yourself.
It's like a fun little you sounding board.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to have it read your nonverbal cues as well as your like written word.
Your body language and stuff.
Or just like the way you kind of, your face like reacts. Like my face reacts differently to like things than yours would or Adam's would. So like putting that all into one model would be interesting. Kind of scary though. Like,
I mean, that's just where it's going to go, right? It's going to be more parameters because right now it's parameters of things that it's going to build from the internet, things that it can scrape from the internet. And pretty soon it's going to be in my house, and the parameters are going to be about Ryan and Kathy and his kids and all of their interactions and everything. That's just going to be part of the parameters. Like real world, my actions, what I do, it's going to be a little camera next to me filming it. It's going to be all part of my what makes our household or me as a person, and then my helper that goes along with it. We'll see if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, AI Ryan.
Yeah.
Do you guys use ChatGPT at all?
Man, I used it a ton today. We were doing even a suit. I know we have to. We're probably 10 minutes out, right?
Yeah.
We were doing a gamification thing, and we were gamifying. We needed to gamify something at a conference that we were planning for, and this person and I were like, you know, we knew a little bit about what we wanted to do, how many people were there, what type of thing, what outcomes we wanted, what sort of stuff. And we just put that all into ChatGPT, and it gave us a couple different types of games that we could do. And we combined 2 of them together because we like that. And then we refed that back into it and was like, now give me the outcomes of what this is going to be. And in an hour, like we spent the first half hour just sort of pissing around and sort of talking about the little things that we never would have gotten to where we were at the end of that. And we weren't just taking it whole cloth, like you said, we were using it and combining it, but it really sparked our imagination of stuff. It like helped us get off of just and be like, give us some ideas for what this gamification, event could be. And it did. And by the end of it, we were like excited and, like talking really loudly and excitedly with each other about this super cool thing that we were going to create that like we wouldn't have created, 6 months or, a year ago without that technology. No. So to me, it felt like
it's a tool.
Yeah. It felt like such a tool. Like today, especially felt like such a tool.
So that's a good question. There's a lot of uses for ChatGPT in my work, right?
Yeah. Sure.
But the work I do is like integrations development, and we use a lot of different tools, but one of them is like a low code or no code development platform. And they have announced their own AI that's trained on their customers' integrations that they've built. Customers have built across their platform. And so you can the idea is you'll be able to go into like a chat box and type in, okay, I need to connect Salesforce to X ERP,
right?
And it will start building out this integration for you.
I just watched a whole Salesforce hour and a half presentation about how they integrate all of this stuff, and it's amazing. It shows you that came out, like that technology almost was available like a year ago,
right?
And now it's gone from a fun little thing that people can play with to now it's like integrated into all of these platforms and how they all connect with each other. Man, the idea of this in 2 years from now, amazing.
So so I'm curious, what's your thoughts on that, on your integration thing?
I think it's great. I mean, like,
it's a good thing. Okay.
A year or 2 ago that they had AI, quote AI, and their AI was essentially, so you have like a database. I need to like map fields, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could like look at the names of the fields and like detect how it wanted to map them, right? But
Sure.
It was like pretty stupid AI.
Yeah.
And so that was what they were, advertising it as AI. But this is actually using AI in like an actual useful for me application where I can just like put in exactly what I need to integrate. And it'll get me at least a starting point. I know it's not gonna be perfect and it's all the
But it's like in your case, you're good that it's not going to be perfect. But
Right.
the person that is just going to be like, whatever, I'm just going to chuck this in here. I'm nervous of those people
Exactly.
like that don't want to use it in the right way.
But that goes. It's the same for anyone that's kind of messing around in one of those
Just trying to
development platforms.
fair.
They're gonna go off in the wrong path at some point, right? And this will at least maybe get them on the right path sooner, and then they can see how the components or whatever were built and maybe learn something from it as well.
I feel like it's going to be an amazing learning thing. It's going to patiently explain things to you.
Patient isn't probably the word. It's just going to go at your pace.
I love it to not be patient and like kind of kick me in the ass a little bit and say, hey,
Right.
Michael, you've been putting this off for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You really
You said this was important to you.
Right.
It's like a coach, right? Like it's saying, hey, you said this was important. Is that where your attention is?
Yeah.
Is that where your attention is, Michael?
I remember 2 years ago you said AI has a bad memory. Well, I don't have a bad memory.
Michael, I don't have a bad memory.
All right, so we have
One more thing. Let's do
4
one more.
minutes. Wait, hold on. Hopefully this doesn't hurt your ears. If it does, I'm sorry. I found a button board that I wanted to integrate in the show. This is a test.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
god. Oh, that was it. That was like nice.
So I found this board.
You just found a
but and some of them are terrible, and so like
just
they
found
do
a
get left.
soundboard, an online soundboard.
And you can because I wanted to start integrating some
You
of
need a
these.
physical, but like a stream,
Yeah.
like a stream deck for sounds, right?
Right.
And
Adam had that for a while.
And we didn't
this
use it-
stream deck over here has changed 1,000 times.
It's been consistent like where it's
Okay,
at.
well,
Wait,
I've
hold on.
consistently ignored it.
Bruh.
I heard soundboards ruin podcasts. If I know anything about on the audio,
Well, once you become a partner, you can have like the little, like actions that people can do.
yeah, when people spin double drop down bucks or whatever, like they can hear these.
These will be our new stream elements. And when we get affiliate, we're already 2 away from affiliate.
Perfect.
All right, so
Do Discord troll.
it sounds like
okay.
something's dipping out. Or
Wait,
like-
it had a thing? Did it have a thing
It's like a
afterwards?
disconnection or something.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Weird.
Is it, wait, that was that saying that, right?
Yeah, I think unless someone else has invaded my headphones.
But there's a gazillion of them on
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
and it's like I just wanted to see if it was gonna be.
So I think we
something.
should try this music thing
We
before we go.
100%.
For the last little bit. There is a thing. So Stable Diffusion has come up with something which is called Stable Audio, and basically it's text to music. And what you could do is you could put in things into this, and if you even go to the Double Drop Down Trello, you can see that I added some prompts to the Stable Audio. Like, oh yeah, because I was doing, so we were thinking about doing for our next game like a, some kind of maybe retro, Game Boy game or some kind of low 8-bit thing. So I don't know anything about one of these things that I would say don't just hit that, hit guide.
Okay.
And maybe people who know more about music, maybe that's you too, I don't know. But they say, okay, here's the detail that you need to add to these types of
Mood?
prompts. And I don't know anything about
Beats per-
BPM or anything like that. But here's what I was thinking. Here's what I would love to create in the next, 5 minutes that we're doing this. Is like, what if there was some kind of intro song for our 8-bit video game? Could we do some kind of epic something that feels like a cool Game Boy intro, not even knowing what the content is?
I feel like we
yet of
should
that?
just roll the dice and see what happens with this first one. You have 20 little sound
Yeah, I
bites
don't know
because
what
we
that
have.
even
Let's
For 45 seconds, maybe
change it to,
less.
Oh, how do you change? Oh, you
You
take. it
can't
down.
change it higher.
Oh, you can.
But
go
you can
down.
take
There
it
we go.
less. You 30?
How? No, I think we go to like 10.
Oh, it's like a
seconds.
stinger.
Yeah.
It's like the
There we go.
very first thing that we see.
We're doing it. I'm rolling it.
Like I did one, I think that was like epic
Wait, is it going?
something.
Is it doing it?
No, I think it's.
What does the prompt say?
So it says chiptune retro bit pop 8-bit. And so those are all just basically synonyms for the same thing, to be honest.
It's like
But-
music terms or.
So it's
Yeah.
building it right now, right?
Yeah.
So we used one music beat for
one
this.
music beat for this. But if you like in that guide section, they go, hey, you could tell us like what sort of the mood that you want, or how many beats per minute do you want, or are there specific instruments that you want in there?
See, I feel like this would be something. Let's take all of this,
Just
put it
and paste.
into
And then it's just like-
ChatGPT. Tell me to make a sweet Game Boy game version.
You're
Here's
like-
your prompt examples.
So totally go into ChatGPT right
Wait,
now.
did we get this? We got it. Hold on. Let's see what we got.
Or like you have a theme in mind,
Yeah.
and you tell ChatGPT to come up with a style of music,
Yeah.
and then you put
Ooh.
And then add that to here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here's what we came with this chiptune retro 8-bit pop. Are you ready for it? 10
Okay.
minutes. 10 seconds. I like it. It's good.
Ship it.
Nice.
We got it.
We got
Game
it.
done.
Done.
On. I'm downloading it. That was good. Actually, I was vibing on it. I think we go out on that. That was too good. I can't. We're gonna,
I want to do what. Let's do one more before
Okay.
we go, and let's try it. So should we add some like mood to it, let's do a different style, even if you want to, just to try it. Also, like I said, I don't know anything about music, so
Hip hop or something.
So
Yeah.
we have special guests. It's on you tonight. What do you have any kind of music? So we got hip hop.
yeah.
Hip hop for sure.
Okay.
Add some reggae,
Ooh,
Nice. Okay.
reggae,
chamber music.
chamber music.
I don't know what else.
Okay. No. So
Is
those are
wait? You got to put a comma in between those, right? Because it's not reggae chamber music.
reggae, chamber music.
And then
any other? Okay. So as far as the guide is concerned, there's
Yeah.
like nostalgia or like the
rhythmic, groovy,
techno.
flowing, raw.
I don't know anything. I would have to like read through all of these things. There's sound effects. Let's just go.
Oh yeah, you could do sound effects in this too, which I thought was
God,
funny.
this is gonna be like.
Because then I thought for our game, right? For our game, we were gonna need sound effects of things jumping and chainsaws going or whatever we end up doing.
Change all.
You know?
I like how it has a little.
Yeah.
Man, this is gonna change things. So here, Fruity Loops. You were saying you didn't know what that is. So I used to play on this thing called acid music loops. And so one of the pain in the asses is that you would get loops, and loops are little clips of music. So you need a drum beat. It's like. Psh, psh, psh. And then you would take that, and then you would like string it across there,
Sure.
and then you would like change the beat, and then you'd get that.
You're like, now I need a hi hat.
So now you could do that, like, and get all your loops in here. Take it
Yeah.
to Fruity Loops or whatever.
and then yeah, take it out of
That's
that.
what Fruity Loops is. I used to pirate that when I was in high school. So
That's awesome.
We don't know your
Yeah,
last name.
we don't condone
I'm pretty sure
piracy
it's
in
been
this.
Past 7 years, we're good.
All right.
All right, so here's your theme song that we're gonna go out on. Hip.
Dig it.
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's a bop.
Bop.
I get
it on the
bop
radio.
with that. So
It's gonna be top 100 here soon.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like all those Drake songs and stuff. Did you
Yeah.
see that they were
Oh,
that they
yeah.
were like that they said that those can be up for Grammy awards and stuff. Like they're in the Grammy. That Drake and The Weeknd song that was AI generated can win a Grammy.
I mean, and you can imagine like the Beatles collection. They sold that, and they
Right.
could train it.
Oh,
train
oh,
AI
just
on
make
it.
a bunch of new Beatles
Make a
songs and
bunch of-
everything.
Totally.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Justin Bieber just sold his whole catalog. They're just gonna make a whole million
To-
Justin Bieber songs.
To AI or to just
do a
sold it?
studio like because
Oh,
he has that
man.
facial paralysis stuff. So
You
he
know they're
can't
gonna
do
do it. They're gonna like generate new songs, maybe with
Oh, yeah.
maybe with the blessing of the artist, but like maybe with new lyrics, but the style. Yeah, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, 100% they're gonna do it. Well, and there's gonna be a thing where it's custom everything, right? I'm gonna go into Amazon Music and be like, You know what would be fun? I want to hear the Beastie Boys mixed with Cher. What does that sound
Oh
like?
my
Maybe
God, you're
some
gonna do it-
songs.
or-
and
yeah,
then
like-
it's just going to be like, and then I'll be like, nah, I hate that. Then make it, and then it's going to go, oh, Ryan hated that. Maybe make it a little more poppy for him because he likes that. It's just going to be custom. No one's going to listen to the same music at all.
Are you gonna download every single variation just in case?
Just in case that Cher Beastie Boys mix is like real good.
I want the Snoop Dogg Beatles version. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
Hey Mike, we appreciate you
Yeah.
being on the show tonight. This is hella fun. Thanks for bringing all of the game pieces.
great.
It
Love
was
the
like
show
a
and tell.
curated thing.
And each part was like very thought out with like lessons that we were to learn off of each one. I loved it.
I'm here to tell a story.
Yes.
I would love
Great.
to play some of those. Yeah, you brought us some good insights on, it doesn't necessarily need to be great art in certain cases to be fun, but in certain pieces of art that were tried to be really cool, didn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know. As we start to go forward and we build with AI, where it's going to probably be the conversation.
Totally.
I
But
think it goes across the gamut, right? Like,
Yeah.
even in the future video game you're gonna be making, maybe like sometimes less is more.
Yeah, it's true.
hey, that's a good one.
Yeah, well,
about.
especially when you have an immensity of AI art at your disposal, make sure that you don't just fill it full of garbage.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight. We had so many people in the chat. Thank
Oh,
you for
man.
hanging out. So we had Ambien. We listened
First
to some
time
music.
chat Ambien.
And
Who
his
is-
music.
and-
We got to
and the
say the
music.
lo-fi. We
Yeah,
had who else was in the chat? We had H.E. Igley. Thanks for coming in.
August
Disturbed.
Child, first time in the chat. That was great. Disturbed, of course.
We get Stealth
Always
Mouse.
fun,
So
Stealth
thank you
Mouse.
all for hanging out with us on the Hangout, and we'll see you next time with some more. I think we should be closer to where we're going to be.
Yeah.
Thinking
We
about.
got it. We got to figure it out by next time because I want to start. No matter what we choose, I have a million amazing ideas to get started. So we just got to pick.
I'm excited. I'll troll you in the chat.
Perfect.
All right, everyone. We'll have a good night. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
See you. This is the background. I love that.